Oh, mine is way too loud.
I didn't even know he did that. I like to drink Arizona tea sometimes.
Weren't expecting that, were you?
No, it wasn't. I was like, why? Who is that?
Wait, was that a pre-recording?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Can you turn these down? It's really loud.
He's a guy like.
Is it moving?
You turn mine down.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, maybe
so-
it's his.
So yours
Yeah, there
is-
you go.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Now it's way too low.
How much do you want?
A little bit higher.
Dude, it's like where it was.
Okay, yeah, I think right there. Just turn it down.
The
turn
guy
it
that
up.
he did the sound clip from is a guy who like, so when Overwatch was like a really huge game, he would be like, maybe I want to be Tracer. I want to be Tracer. I want to be Winston. I'm already Winston.
Yeah, it's called Shine Awkward Guy, and he makes like the most.
He's gross.
Are you allowed to copyright for that?
Yeah,
no?
you can use
Okay.
clips.
Yeah, you can use
I'm
clips.
I'm not using an actual video clip from. Like it's not going to be on video.
Yeah,
so I can
right,
use
right.
the
Or
sound
like
from it.
if he was
I
like
didn't know you
playing
could do
like a Nickelback song, like Nickelback's not going to be like, oh, copyright. Blah, blah.
Yeah, I think you can play up to 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they like flag
Oh, that's
it.
true.
I've been
yeah.
using the soundboard back then for years. You never asked that.
Yeah, he's got Tom and Jerry.
Everything was from
Yeah,
something.
but wasn't that the preset? I thought some of those were the preset ones.
Some
that
of
came
them,
on
but a lot of them, like Who Cares and stuff, wasn't. That was all.
You're right. Yeah.
That's stuff from other things.
I'm going to copyright my cough.
So as long as it's under 5 seconds, we can use it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why
that
is it so
your
quiet? Why is
That
it so
was-
quiet?
That was my cough. Like back in the day,
yeah.
I didn't cough exactly like that, like, but my cough is more or less the same sounding every time, regardless of how like harsh it is.
Yeah, that was me editing it to make it sound funny.
Like it was like a censor, like
Nice.
when swearing used to be a thing.
Yeah.
Who's that clown?
Yeah. Yeah, it was real funny.
So Caleb, tell us why we're here today.
It's
I
just
think you all know.
the Red Flannel Boys podcast.
Red
Which, by the
Flannel
way,
Boys.
I forgot mine at work, so I'm wearing gray and white.
That's right.
But I did make up for the red table.
the red table works. So
Yeah.
you are forgiven, my child.
Thank you. So I think if I change the settings to black and white, we'll all blend in.
You're right.
There we go. Problem solved. So I thought
That's
we
true.
were talking about Trump.
No.
Oh, that's a perfect thing. What about the Epstein files? You guys think that's weird?
I
Wait, did they come out with them?
did they?
No, they didn't. That's the
Oh.
thing. Is
Oh, like they're because they were saying that they were going to release the files, then all of a sudden it's like been what, like 7-8 months and nothing's happened.
yeah. Well, now they say they don't exist.
Yeah, right.
So
Somebody burned them.
the big speculation is that Trump is on the list.
Well, here's the thing with that too is like, sure, that could be a definite thing. I mean, because if you're not on the list, you don't really. It's like any kind of situation at that point. You're like, if you don't have anything to hide, then, or if you're not guilty of anything, you don't have anything to hide at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, too, it's like he also said he was going to release the JFK files and the Martin Luther King ones, which I think he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
The Martin Luther King ones?
Yeah, the Martin Luther King. He was basically, it sounds bad, but like from what I read up on, is that Martin Luther King was actually like P. Diddy. Like he was doing all that stuff that Diddy was doing. And a lot of people were like, so he's not like this, like I have a
Saint.
Like,
He's not a saint.
He's not a
like,
saint.
like we thought he was.
Yeah, but he has a dream, so.
yeah, well, he had a dream. But no, so he's not like as much of a saint as people made him out to be. And then the JFK files, that was 100% CIA. Like that was 100% the government.
Well,
And it came out?
Yeah, because who puts a president in an open car down the street? Like that's even
Right.
back then. It was just
Well, back then too,
dumb.
I mean,
It's not.
it was dumb, but like back then compared to now, like there probably wasn't a whole lot to worry about. Like even too, like,
Yeah, just a president getting shot in the back of the
well,
head.
I mean, other than that, but like, so like, okay, like, obviously this is a huge time gap, but like, I remember growing up as a kid, like my dad, when like my parents split and he lived in his place and my mom lived in hers, like my dad would be able to leave his car windows completely down. We could leave the screen door open, like when it was a hot summer day, so we could get like fresh air in. The windows open with the screens. We wouldn't have to worry about anybody like trying to break in or do anything or steal anything. But nowadays, you have to almost have like 3 deadbolts on your door and lock
on your
So
car
you're
door.
saying-
But no, I'm just saying like
was
it's
safer.
It was more or less, but it was probably, as far as I think, probably less. I mean, it was still violent back then, but you know what I mean? Like it was
Yeah,
less,
it was definitely less crime amongst the common man.
Right.
But you have to think about Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, and that was 100 years before JFK.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
I think like for the common man, yes, it's gotten more dangerous for us, and it was a lot safer back then.
Yeah. But
But
still,
as
to
for-
have an open car.
For a president, I mean, he was sitting on like the back of a convertible, basically.
Yeah. And then, that all happened. And then his wife, too. You know what the other weird part is, too?
What's your hot take, real quick?
You just cut him off.
I'm just like, yep, I'm here. No, the last thing that I'll say about the JFK thing on my end is like, then his wife has the coat that she wore that day where it has his remains on him. And she's made it be announced like in the next 100 years or something like that. Or like by 2092 that it's going to be unveiled to the public, her coat with her husband's remains and stuff like that on there, which is like,
Ew.
I know it's weird, but like they
In
also
2092?
yeah, like it's same
There's
thing
gonna be
with
nothing
like
left
it's
of
same
the
thing
remains.
with like the Queen Elizabeth too. She has a note for like in this Sydney, I think, where they're not allowed to open it until like 100 years after her death or something like that. So whatever the important message is that she has to share in the envelope, we don't know, and we'll never know because we'll all be, dead at that point. I don't think we're going to have any technological advances in the next 100 years that's going to let us live longer.
Yeah, it's already been what, 40, 60 years?
Since Queen Elizabeth?
No.
I was like, there ain't no way. I was like, she died like what, maybe a year or two ago, I think.
Oh, her. I think
Yeah.
RFK.
No.
JFK.
JFK. Wrong guy again.
And I think it happened. Wasn't he president in like the 60s?
RFK?
JFK.
Oh yeah, JFK. Yeah.
Oh my
Well, he
gosh.
mentioned RFK.
Yeah, I know.
was it 69? He died?
It
Or something like that?
64, I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
But anyways, I haven't
69.
seen a president like ride in the back of a car since then. So
No.
that's a big change.
Well, and then even nowadays,
can't even
too,
do it.
The cars are a lot more advanced too. Like they have it where like if a bomb goes off, pretty much, then they have like some kind of like cage thing for underneath where if something rolls underneath.
Now they try to hit him from the stage.
Yeah.
I think
that was just
if
last year.
they're gonna whack a president, they would just do it regardless, even if he didn't die, like at that point, like
So
in the parade thing.
So
Like,
you don't think it was the government?
no, I think it was, but I think even if like he missed, let's just say,
Yeah.
I think regardless, within like a month or two,
They probably would have.
they probably would have killed him. Yeah,
Poison.
Yeah.
back in
something.
back in '64,
Well,
right?
even-
or whatever.
Yeah.
Year
Even
that was.
too, the running
Look at us
opposer.
knowledgeable guys.
I forget the guy's name, but the running
to three
opposer
dummies.
for JFK is the one who set it up. Pretty much, he's the one that they found out that he set up the whole thing for the assassination, so he could win the following party for getting JFK out of office. Because I guess JFK had like a lot of plans to help America.
Which is very anti-democrat, and
Right.
he ran as a Democrat.
right, and he ran as a Democrat, and then all of a sudden, like he just gets assassinated on a parade, like conveniently, and then they
Yeah.
blame Lee
Harvey
Harvey
Oswald.
Yeah, they blamed him for it, and then here it is finding out like well over 40, 50 plus years later, it's really the government that did it.
Yeah. Do you think that they're going to try to assassinate Trump again because he is doing kind of the same stuff that he was doing that RFK was or JFK
My
was
goodness,
doing?
man. You got to get it right.
You got to get the names right.
Well, as long as there's not a Simpsons episode that says he's going to get assassinated at this point, then
Just because like he's taking a lot of the government stuff and he's going against the FBI. He wants to shut him down,
he's
make him
essentially
smaller.
At
all
least
of that
claiming to be for the people.
right,
Right.
He's claiming-
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, which the government hates. I
Yeah.
mean, let's
Yeah.
just be honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
because everybody's right nowadays, you got to have 3 jobs just to maintain like a home, you know, and that's for both people. You got to have 3 jobs to make a stable income and whatever, unless you're, you know, like Bruce Lee or some kind of Hollywood star that's just got millions. But then you got it too, where even everything is, the taxes are going up on crap. And you even have it too, where like even groceries, like with, it sounds dumb because this has been a thing that I've heard from liberal people that I work with at my store, is that they're like, well, how come the egg prices haven't dropped down? And it's like, but yeah,
it
you
takes
go to,
time to do that.
yeah, it takes
And
time. It's
first
not
of
going
all,
to
they
happen
kind
like
of
overnight.
have. They're not like $5 anymore. At least not where I shop.
Gas prices were what, high 300s when Biden was in.
Yeah.
They were,
they're
I think
down.
it was
Now
over
it's down.
$4 with Biden in office. I think it got, the highest I remember seeing is like 425 or 430 something.
Yeah.
But now it's like 340 today.
But do you think the government is going to kill him?
No,
I think they're
In
going
the
to try.
coming-
they might
coming
try,
months?
but I don't think they're going to actually successfully.
Well,
Yeah, I mean they
because
already
technically
failed
they already
twice,
did.
I guess.
They failed twice. So I mean, like,
But now he's standing president. Maybe it makes it harder once he's standing president too.
Oh, yeah.
Like compared to
well,
was
like
going
the
to be
whole
president.
Pennsylvania one was obvious setup, but what was the other one? I don't remember. There another one.
I think they stopped it before it happened.
yeah, it was another one that it
Like,
was that
they
the
found
golf
out
course
about
one
it,
where
I
he was like on
think.
the golf course and the guy was like hiding in the bushes or something.
I think
don't
so.
know.
I
Maybe.
want to say, yeah.
And who stops it? Like who's all involved? Do you think like the secret?
Police or whatever find him. You know.
Yeah,
They
but-
got
the
They
area.
obviously
But-
have to have the area swept beforehand. and
right.
then-
But if the government is trying to kill him,
yeah,
wouldn't they tell police to kind of go their different routes and
They
stay away
could.
from this area?
I don't
Like
know
how-
if they. I don't know if they can tell local police to do that.
they can
because
because they have higher jurisdiction over your state trooper even at that point.
yeah, but that would be so weird if you came to the police and like, hey, we're not doing that.
Well,
They're
yeah,
two different
Yeah, it'd be too
functions. It would be
obvious.
like, yeah, it would be way weird, dude.
But
It'd
do you
be
think
like,
the
oh, we
secret-
got it. And it's like,
Do you think the
yeah,
Secret
you want
Service
extra.
is in on it?
yeah. That's
Like, do you-
pretty much
do you
what it
think
was
the
too.
Secret Service?
I think
at
the men
Pencil-
in black are in it.
and they do that thing so we forget. They do that camera thing so we forget.
I mean, we are seeing flying things in the air.
Yeah, that stuff's been weird lately.
yeah, but before we get
Sorry,
on that,
sorry, we're not.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm asking, do you think that the Secret Service people at Pennsylvania knew that that guy was on the roof and that was going to happen? Or do you think they don't know either? And then all of a sudden, when it happens, they're like, oh, we have to act.
I think people think that the police or Secret Service is like really, really good. When I think accidents like that happen all the time, I think they're really. I mean, if you're in the military, you're like, yeah, they're so dysfunctional. Like, I get it from that side,
Yeah.
you know. So I think it was just a mistake. I don't think it was like they were in on it.
Okay.
At
But
all.
my only thing is how do you not see somebody? I mean, there were civilians that noticed a guy
Yeah.
climbing the roof before anybody else in that area.
And having like a rangefinder.
right. So I'm like, how do you not notice that if you're part of the Secret Service or FBI,
I
whoever
thought there
else?
was a cop that was trying to follow him up, like
there-
literally, and then he had to get off the roof because he saw they had a gun.
As soon as
Yeah, but why not report it?
There
You're just
was-
like,
I
oh,
mean,
there's
it
a-
happened too fast. Like he saw him, and then it was like, oh, and then he was
and then
shooting.
he's
Like
maybe
it
that's
wasn't
why
enough time.
he missed because the kid saw him, the cop trying to get up.
Yeah, then
And
he
then
had to
was
go.
like-
He had to go quick.
Yeah,
you
I don't
know?
have. Yeah,
But then also too, it's like, how do you sneak a gun like that, a rifle that big into a president? When John went to the Trump rally downtown, they checked us. They had the whole metal detectors. They patted us down, everything, and I had to take off my necklace, my watch, my belt, everything.
yeah. But this
I-
kid wasn't in the rally; he was outside of it on a roof.
Yeah, but
Far away.
even then too, the Secret Service and everybody, they have a certain parameter that they observe, and they're supposed to be like 100% watch because you could even be like 3 miles away. Somebody could have like a scope,
Guitar case,
and something like that,
some kind
Yeah.
of case.
Like at the same time, yeah, like
That's how I've thought about bringing a gun in here.
oh my god,
Well, I can have a
Heck
gun in
yeah,
my
dude.
apartment,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be walking the halls with a shotgun.
That's
That's
America, right? Jeez. Well, actually, technically, you can because it's an open carry state. You could if you want.
it is an open carry.
You
but I
could
don't
walk
think a lot
around.
of people be welcome to a shotgun.
No,
being
you'd
like-
probably get the police called on you, but then you'd be like, "It's an open carry, and I have open carry.
Yeah,
I can
and
do
I
that."
just-
Yeah, I mean, I have my pistol, but I don't have a holster for it, but I'm not going to go flashing it around.
Yeah, that's
I'd rather
concealed
get my
carry.
CPL and then call it a day. Then that way nobody knows. But
And I think like crowds are so easy to get stuff in. Like, I don't know. Like just walking through with crowds, it's hard to like check everybody.
Yeah.
Like you ever sneak something into like, I don't know, a ice hockey game or
Not
like
really.
a beer
Yeah,
or
but-
something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's a little different than a presidential rally.
yeah, like you have a hockey,
Yeah, but I
you
don't-
have
I don't
hockey
think it's
versus
as-
like basically the ruler of our country at that point. I guess you could
Yeah.
call it.
There's
Like,
not
it's-
many people who want
It's
not
status.
many people who want to assassinate hockey players.
It's true.
There's probably quite a few who want to assassinate.
What if he was like Jason Bourne jumping from rooftop to rooftop? That would be sick.
Bourne.
Oh,
That's crazy.
Bourne.
Yeah, but that in that whole case too, there were civilians that pointed it out for the cops to go notice, and then again there was like the Secret Service and everybody else there too. So it's like, how do you?
I don't think everybody went through a metal detector there. To be honest,
No.
It would be like one that we have outside at Rosa Parks. Like they might barrier off the road, but like people can sneak through. They can get through.
Yeah, they could. It's just again though, the Secret Service obviously was not doing their job then at that point for like guarding the perimeter.
Oh no, they're terrible.
Yeah.
I mean,
They were bad. But,
Yeah.
but then even
Calling
too,
the government bad.
even when they were with Biden, they had that guy surrounded like 24/7, and nothing ever happened with him for an assassination attempt.
I thought when they'd give speeches, they have those like glass up that's
Like
like,
the Pope?
bulletproof.
They do and
around
don't. I
them?
think it's just like if the president wants it kind of thing. But I know they put the next time that he did a speech, they put one in front of him, but he walked around it because he's like, I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Like he had a bullet graze his ear and all that other crap and whatnot, but he's not scared.
Yeah.
He doesn't need that at that point. And he knows that at this point, if somebody's going to do it, then it's 100% the government just purposely trying to kill him at that point. You know what I mean? If he can walk it, because if he was staying behind there at that point, then yeah, you're not really going to get an assassination attempt. But if you already been shot once, you walk around there, your Secret Service better be on your butt on that crap, because if it's not, then it's definitely all planned out at that point, because you're just letting it happen.
The leader of Secret Service, whatever her name was,
Yeah, she acted
she
like
got fired.
Yeah,
So
she just didn't care that Trump was nearly assassinated.
Yeah.
yeah, it's funny that happened a year
Badness.
ago,
I know that was
almost exact, because is it July 15th? When is July 15th?
13th.
Oh, so
So 2 days.
two more
2
days.
days from now.
you know the funny. I have
Yesterday.
I have a shirt from the Trump rally that I got. I actually met his parents in line at the Trump rally.
I thought you were talking about Trump's parents at first.
No.
It's like, dang, dude.
And I have it
Wow.
shows Trump like holding up his fist after he just got shot, and the Secret Service is trying to pin him down, and it says "fight, fight, fight." I'm like, dude, that is such a cool picture. That's like out of all the like presidential like pictures and stuff that has happened, next to Joe Biden not being able to walk up the stairs, like the one with Trump holding his fist after just getting shot, saying "fight, fight, fight." Like
I want a
that's-
shirt with Biden trying to walk up the stairs.
dude, it's hilarious.
He's just falling over.
They have it where they have a video that somebody did where it's like Trump is golfing and the golf balls are hitting Biden as he's walking up the stairs, and that's the reason why he was tripping. And it's just a constant loop of Trump just hitting the golf balls at him. It's hilarious. Anyway, we're gonna move
This
on.
is pretty funny.
Speaking of Democrat, you said the other day that you think that they're more educated. But
Yeah, I do think they are more educated, but sometimes they just do.
first point
more.
is how dare you, and then second of all,
I
I'm
think
just
there's
kidding.
more that go to college than
Yeah,
Republican
yeah, there
side.
is.
I guess.
Yeah, I'll agree with
It's
that.
more like that. I don't necessarily mean they're like smarter, but they're more educated in school. But
If you look at Charlie Kirk, what is it, Kirkman though?
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. If you've seen some of the interviews he has with liberals, they can never back up their
Yeah.
data at
Yeah,
all.
Well,
but
that's
I
what I
also
was-
think that he probably picks the ones that lose. I'm sure there's some that come
Yeah.
in there that really challenge him, and he doesn't show those on YouTube.
Right.
So,
it's
I
kind
think-
of like it's a one-sided view that we're getting. I can see that.
Because I've had debates with liberals who would beat me in an argument.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they can back up what's going on. And I think that a lot of the times they actually know what's better for the country, but it is more based on feeling.
Yeah.
Like they know
Or when it's played out, like it doesn't work.
it doesn't work the way they want it to.
Right.
Like they think that it's super nice to let tons of people come in the border. And it's like in a perfect world, that's great. You have a huge heart, but that doesn't work in a huge country of millions of people.
No, and especially when they've even proven that like most of them come in because they're like, some of them are criminals, but yeah, you get the ones that want to be citizens and whatnot. That's fine. I respect those ones that want to come in and actually be a U.S. citizen. But the thing is, too, is you have to look at the rest of the world, too. I can't just go to Japan and be like, hey, what's up? Konnichiwa, and like get a free citizenship illegally or whatever. At that point, I have to go through custom. I have to get my card to be an official Japanese citizen.
And it's very hard to become a citizen in Japan.
It is. And it's like, and people are like, well, it's so hard to become a U.S. citizen. I said, it's hard everywhere. You can literally go to any place in the world and try to get a citizenship there. Russia, China, United Kingdom, whatever. And
Except for Mexico, it's easy to get one there.
Apparently
They
it's not.
They want you.
Apparently it's not easy. It's actually harder than America. And they're having protests there right now telling us as tourists to go.
Right. And I mean, at this point, if it's going to be that much
weird.
of a conflict, then it's like,
I
okay.
think it would be big money.
Like, I would just be like, hey, we're not going to go to Mexico at that point. And then, whoever the illegals just need to be sent back. And then, yeah, I understand that there's a process, but they need to do that. I mean, for us being naturally born citizens, I understand that the country was built on immigration and whatnot, which, is a good thing. But there's a process to it too.
Yeah.
There's all a process. And if you're going to just skip corners just to be, hey, what's up? Like there are people that I know that are illegal that I just found out about recently. But I'm like, are you trying to get your
legal or illegal?
Illegally. Oh. And they were like, well, we're trying to right now get the process done. Like they've been trying to get the process done. So it's not like they're just, hey, I'm illegal and I'm not planning on getting my U.S. citizenship. They're in the process of it. They're just here illegally right now, technically speaking. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
How do they make money? I think
there's a lot of places that are willing to pay them low wages under the table.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Well,
like the farmers, like picking blueberries or
farmers,
strawberries or whatever.
Even like janitorial stuff like that. The only thing I don't care for is the fact too that they don't have to pay taxes on crap. Because the U.S. citizens have to pay taxes on everything.
Yeah.
But they come in here illegally and, they're getting a lower wage than most people, sure. But they don't have to pay taxes. And I'm like, I feel like if you're here illegally or until that process of a United States citizen.
What taxes are they going to? Oh, I mean, I guess they're paid wages.
Right. And then they also get free schooling and all this other crap too. And it's like,
dude, they're
cool. Or they get a really good discount.
Having kids come do this.
No.
What I was going to say. I don't think they're paying housing either because they're paying for their housing.
Yeah, they're paying for their housing.
So I've delivered to some of their housing places. Dude, they're so run down. I'm like, these should be foreclosed.
Yeah, they're literal fixer-uppers.
They're so bad.
What, the immigrant homes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bad.
They're like apartments, and they're like
the city of Detroit, that one city where it's just like a deserted town. It's like pretty much like that, but like 10 times worse.
Yeah, I drive to Detroit for work sometimes.
Yeah, it's bad. Like,
and a lot of people are living there.
Yeah, like houses could be falling down, and they're just like, "Yep, well, this is our place to stay." Yeah, and I get it; it's rough everywhere you go.
It's probably free.
Yeah,
the farmer's paying it. I don't know.
Right, like it could just be a rundown.
And maybe
barn.
that's why they're paying so low. Yeah, too, because they're like, well, we're taking money out for your actual to stay here too. Yeah,
I just feel like again for me, it's like, okay, you're letting them get away with like. It's like the O.J. Simpson case. You're letting them get away with murder at this point to a degree.
Yeah, but I think they've done it for so... I think farmers have done it for so long.
Yeah.
That I don't think I don't know. I wouldn't go do it, right?
Right.
Or I would have to get paid a lot more, and they're like, well, we can't because I can't afford it.
And to be honest, that is a valid argument too, because it's like, I'm not going to go pick up pig poop off the farm, or I'm not going to go like pluck corn at like 3 a.m.,
All I'm saying is this like does help our economy.
Yeah, it does. And I'm not saying I'm totally like 100% against the fact that there are people here wanting to do better, because I'm sure in Mexico it's probably worse off than it is here in America. and whatnot because they have their own
Depending on
government.
the place.
Depending on the place, yeah. And, you want to come to a better place, sure.
Yeah.
But there's a process still to do that with. And if you want to start out doing that kind of stuff, that's great. It does help us out big time. So
I think that they want to get their
if they
American
want
citizenship
yeah.
because then they can get paid more at a higher end job. That's what I think. And, so I think it does motivate them to actually become citizens.
And that's the thing is that I'm personally all for that. I'm all for if they have the mindset that they want to be a U.S. citizen, cool, welcome. I will welcome you in. I'll, whatever. I'll say, hey, down the road, whatever, help you out later on in life, whatever you need. But if you're just coming in here, you have no plans of being a U.S. citizen, and you're just hoping that you're going to get more money, or you're going to start like some of them will do drug cartels and they'll do prostitution, whatever. Like, sorry, like, go.
Do you think the amount of people should go up for how many we're letting in, even illegally, or
What do you mean?
through legally? Mm-hmm. Like the number should go up. Like I don't know.
Like for
I don't
money?
even know what it's. No. How many people we're letting in?
Like,
you
so
think
letting
we should
more
let
in?
more people in legally than we were?
Right, because I think it's just so like we don't let in enough.
Yeah, but we already have enough on our plate on top of the fact that we have the housing market's crashed, rent's high everywhere you go, groceries are still high, gas is still high.
But
yeah, we'd have to figure out a way to keep up.
Yeah, you would have to balance it out. There has to be balance.
And I don't think that's
really. You
something
think that's the reason? Because we don't have enough food for them?
Well, not just food. It's just
I'm
the
saying
fact
that's
that for
what
us,
that's what I would be worried about.
The thing is,
I think
not
we have so
necessarily-
much freaking food. It's
Not
ridiculous.
necessarily food, but rent is
Everything.
already like so high. I remember even before COVID, it was like a 2-bedroom at Rambo would be $800.
You have to-
now it's
But why would
$1,600.
the rent would go up because you have more people?
Yeah, because demand.
Yeah, demand, and that's the thing too. Is look at the housing market right now.
I mean, that's what supply and demand is, isn't it?
My brother bought
Then
his
you have to
house
build more
for like
houses.
$170,000, and because the housing market is in such high demand, they're raising the prices of houses now. He could sell his house for almost $300,000, and it's not a rundown house, but it's pretty. He's got a lot of work to do on it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I do think that it would help the economy
It would.
because more people are going to need cars, and as someone who works in the automotive industry, that would be good for us because we'd have to.
Wait,
be
what do
making
you
more.
do in the automotive industry?
You didn't know that I've been working
What?
in the automotive industry for like
I know
6
you
years.
weld, but I don't know what you weld exactly. There's a bunch of things.
We make gauges, so I make the carts and the bases that the gauge goes on.
Oh,
and the
okay.
gauge is something that they put their car part on to make sure that it lines up.
Oh,
It's like the step before tool and die.
Okay, I'm sitting here wondering because I'm literally thinking like you're welding like body panels of certain things or different machinery.
No, we make the gauges that hold those.
Okay.
So they'll put their part on, make sure it lines up, and then if it does and it's in tolerance, then the part can go on the car.
Okay, I didn't know that. Crap, I'm sitting here selling and stocking automotive parts, and he's making the step before that. I'm like, crap.
Several steps. before
Several
you.
steps.
So
I think it's crazy though on that point that like China has made like a lot of housing and they don't have the people to put in it.
Well, the birth
And
rate
we
is
have-
also very low too.
We have the opposite problem. We have the people that want to come here. We don't have the infrastructure to hold that many people. Like, let's just build it. I don't know.
But
That's
we
what
also-
I'm saying. We're going to build houses.
we
you know?
also too have.
I
greedy
think that would help
companies.
make rent go down.
It
If
would.
we had more, if there was more apartments and houses, then people would try to be like, hey, we need the better price because them over there, they're cheaper than here. And people are going to be going there. If we don't change something, we're going out of business.
Yeah. Sadly, what will help rent go down is the baby boomers dying.
Well, yeah. There's
Well, let's
right
hurry
now.
it
The
up.
Be-
I'm just kidding.
because like they own most of the houses, like the higher end houses. So if they die, then the demand, like there'd be so many houses available, but nobody's buying them because they can't afford them.
Japan right now, if you want to be like a Japanese citizen, they said for like I think a year or to 3 years, you can get free housing and stuff. It's just out in the country because they don't have anybody that live out there. So there's just like housing and stuff that's just gone to waste.
I
But
would
it's
live
not
out in the
bad.
countryside in Japan.
The houses though, when they show
That'd be
you them,
cool.
and stuff, like on interviews and whatnot, the houses aren't even that bad in condition. They look like they're brand spanking new.
You can give me a hut if it's in the countryside of Japan. I'm going.
I'm like, that's just the thing is like, it looks really nice, and it's like for free for like the first year to 3 years that you're living there. But obviously, you have to be in that process. You can't just leave after a year and call it a day. Like you have to be trying to get your Japanese citizenship.
With Starlink, you could totally do that and work remotely.
Yeah. See,
I'm saying make good
Your own-
money, not Japan
Yeah.
money. I don't know how.
I
much
want to
they
know
make.
about this whole
Yen.
Starlink thing.
Yen, make yen.
Yeah, yen.
Isn't that what their money is
Isn't that
called?
Yeah,
corn?
it's yen.
Is that rice down there? Yen is
No,
rice.
yen is
No?
their currency.
Oh,
Yeah, in the United Kingdom, they're called Looney Tunes. Or no, that's Canada. Canada, they call their coins Looney Tunes.
Really?
Yeah,
no way.
yeah, they're called Looney Tunes.
All right, we gotta
UK
Google
is
this.
pounds.
Yeah, UK is pounds. That's what I was thinking. And then I think same thing with Ireland too. Is like that's also pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird the currency and whatnot. I don't know what it is for like Germany or Russia or anything like that. But I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I think Australians go by. I don't know if they go by
They
US
might go-
euro?
They might go by
like pounds or something like that
Pounds.
too.
Australia. Australia. out
Australia.
back.
They go by Steve Irwin's.
I don't know. That's good.
Not anymore.
Dang.
Stefan.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
Anyways.
those little colorful rave buttons right there on that sound bar. You know what he's looking for.
Yep, I'm looking for something.
Gosh. No, I think that would be a good thing, though, is with them building houses. I mean, heck, you got the Amish, though, that build a barn in like a day. So,
Why
I
don't
mean,
we
like
just
Yeah, but
do-
that's a barn. It's not a house.
Why don't we just do barn houses then?
barndominiums.
Yeah.
I could do that too.
You know, Michigan,
That would
it's
also-
really hard. You can't do it in Michigan
You can't. Why?
because to build a house, they want you to build with a basement. Well, barndominiums don't have a basement, so you have to fund it yourself. They won't give out a loan unless you have a basement for like
Why-
draining.
Why does
reasons.
Michigan need basements?
I
It's
think for
funny because
draining reasons. I think
If you go to
I don't know.
Oklahoma and Kansas, they don't have a lot of basements there, and they're the people that need them with Tornado Alley.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but Michigan is like
We don't really have
we
tornadoes
have
or floods or
basements,
everything.
and I don't understand why we have basements in
I
Michigan.
don't know. That's a good question. Should I look it up?
Yeah.
I
Look
mean,
it up.
really, again,
While
we-
you're looking
why-
it up, we'll
the,
talk.
why do we
the
have
funny
basement
thing is,
for
you
that?
would think we'd have more floods because we're literally surrounded by water,
Yes.
but we don't, and we don't have tornadoes that often.
Because the water keeps it generally
Yeah.
cooler.
And there's
there.
like no hurricanes or anything like that going on. Obviously, we're not Florida. That's the other thing too. Is like,
Yeah, we have pretty extreme temperatures
like we have.
because it gets up to 90 in here.
Yeah.
And it's humid.
Well, you know what's funny? I feel like there's a huge difference from like 90 degrees like 10 years ago and 90 degrees today. Like, so
It's because we were kids.
right.
And the heat
Well,
didn't
we were
bother
kids,
us.
but we also didn't have this much humidity. Either.
Yeah, the humidity is bad.
The humidity is really bad, and it's increased, I believe, like a lot since like even the
Well,
last 5 years.
We're surrounded by water,
Yeah, but
so that
like,
doesn't help with humidity.
No, it doesn't. It
But then in the
sucks.
winter, it gets into the negatives.
Yeah.
So it's like
There was one day it was like
I always thought that was weird.
So it's like the soil condition and climate, specifically the frost. I don't know. It seems weird.
That
That
doesn't.
sounds terrible, like what I said, but that's what it
if that's-
says.
If that's what it says,
Frost line to prevent frost heave. So it's frost. Frost. I don't know. I think it's because we're in a colder climate, essentially, and the ground is very wet. But that doesn't really make sense. Why not just make a regular? Sorry, I cut you guys off.
oh, you're
No,
good.
we were waiting for the answer anyway. But I say that to say I would definitely live in a barn dominium.
Yeah, barndominiums, they're really nice. Annika's trying to, and Caleb, her fiance,
Okay.
almost husband, is going to be. They're trying to build a barndominium, and I think
Who cares?
Got him.
Man, that one's an old one. I think they said like it's going to cost over $400,000+
Oh, my.
for what they want, and I'm like, my sister lives a bougie life too. That's the sad part. But I mean, good for her, I guess. She and him got money, and they're looking at a plot of land to build it on, and I don't know when they're going to have it done, but Caleb knows construction, and he has a crew that can help out and everything else. And then I don't know if she knows anybody, but she can probably do like the interior crap.
Yeah.
So
See, I wouldn't need anything big. I would just want land and then something to live in.
right, like that's all you need.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tired of the city. The city is just stupid. And then
Screw the city. Yeah.
One thing
It's
hate,
funny because the traffic here isn't really as bad as
No.
compared to somewhere else, but it's still, I hate it.
Alpine's disgusting no matter
So
what
is
time.
28th Street.
Yeah.
Every red light you get hit,
Yep.
and it's like
So is
people just
Broadmoor.
stare at it when it turns green, and then when they finally start going, it turns red again.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's a Michigan thing.
Also, Broadmoor is pretty bad.
Or even going like 10 or 15 under the speed limit. Like on the way here, I had some guy in a Cadillac going 15 under. I'm like, bro, it's 45.
Dude, it's because it's Sunday. Dude, it's Sunday.
I don't care.
Sunday, everybody goes so slow. It's annoying.
There's no
I don't know
reason.
why.
There's
Because it's
none.
Sunday.
Yeah, I know, but it doesn't. Okay.
have nowhere to be.
But
They have
every
nowhere to
other
be.
day in Michigan, we are going like 20 over everybody.
That's safer compared to going slower.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it's just a Sunday thing, but come Monday, they're going 90 down the highway.
That's
everywhere.
great. Sundays, they need to like pray to God that somebody don't hit them from them being stupid.
I
And
think it's
slowing them
old
down.
people are on the road on Sunday.
They just
so
need to
they
stay
just
at
drive
home.
really slow, and then they don't go anywhere during the week, so they're never in your way.
They just need to stay at home at that point.
Yeah,
They have to go to church, okay?
Like, okay, that's another thing too.
I don't think a lot
about.
of them should be driving.
No, they have like an age limit to where like you're allowed to drive up until this certain point or an age. I think it's like 80 or something like that. And I'm like, why? I'm sorry, forgive me, but my dad is like 73, right? I don't trust his driving anymore. Hardly. Like
You should drive for him.
I do when I visit
okay.
him. Yeah. I'm like, you're getting in my car or we're taking your car, whatever he wants to do. Because I'm like, the way that he drives, like, so I'll tell you this. They have a 2024 Honda HRV. Okay. He's already broken the back windshield. And then they've already had to have some other repairs and crap. And then he's relying too much on that backup camera. So I'm like, great. I'm like, Dad, I get it. It's cool. Technology's advanced, compared to like,
Dude, once you
leaning
get
back.
used to the backup camera, there's like no going back.
I don't use it. The cars that we have at the store I work with for deliveries, they all have backup cameras, and it's like
You just put like a sheet over it.
I don't use it. Like unless it's like one of those big like Chevy Express vans, or like like how the Amazon vans are so huge they probably got backup cameras and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like,
they do.
At that point, that's the only
I drove
time
them.
that it's I think it's exceptional to like use a backup camera because they don't have any windows or anything that you can see to back up and how
Well,
far.
they have side mirrors. You should be able to back
Well,
up
yeah,
even with a side mirror.
But you
Yeah,
can't.
I used to have to do that in a box truck.
Ew.
I still do it with FedEx.
Yeah, it was gross. I was able
I
to
still
do it.
do the side mirrors because like the backup camera isn't like good enough to also see this.
Yeah,
like,
it doesn't
sides.
see the sides, so you almost hit somebody if
That's
they're
true.
walking
Yeah.
or something.
But yeah, like I mean, even in my Accord, like I don't need a
Does that
backup
have a
camera. for
backup
that.
camera?
No,
I was gonna say I didn't think it did.
no. It
But
had-
anyways, age for
yeah,
Driving.
Yeah.
driving.
yeah. I think it needs to be lowered. If I'm honest with you,
Wait, there's an age you
Yeah,
can't.
I don't think there is. There's
No, I don't think there
there's
is.
some oldies driving around.
there are.
I think
but,
you can be
like,
100 and freaking still drive if you want to.
I would not trust anybody. Hold on, age limit for
driving.
But I think it should just be based on how bad you are. Because when you're going like 35 into 55, it's like if you're too scared to go that fast, you shouldn't be leaving home.
no. Or if you're
Yeah.
just not your senses aren't as aware as they used to be.
Why don't they have a cognitive test?
You have no reception.
What if they do a? What if they do
No,
a?
it's terrible.
Yeah, that's why it took so long. Why do they?
Yeah. I know.
Why don't they just do a driving test when you get old enough? Like, hey, starting at 75, you got to take a driving test every 5 years or every 2
or just
years.
do it
or-
every 10 years regardless.
like to everybody.
Yeah, because
That'd be annoying, dude.
Yeah, it would be annoying. But some people start losing it at like 50.
That's true. Really?
Oh.
That young?
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
it
you guys
can
were right.
happen. Yeah.
There is no maximum age limit.
I knew it. Ha.
Minimum age is
Winning.
14 years and 9 months. A full unrestricted license is typically obtained at 17 or older. Older drivers may face restrictions or requirements for license renewals. Some states may require regular medical exams for older drivers. Michigan accepts requests for drivers' assessments from concerned citizens about unsafe drivers. So, yeah, if you got an old man on US 131 and he's sitting there going 30 in a 70, sorry, Gramps, but like you don't need to be on the road because you want to go on a Sunday cruise.
Police officers should just pull him over and give him a ticket.
They should, but they're
And
going to
they
be like,
don't.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, it's my cataracts," and then it's just going to be a whole nother problem and a half.
But if they get enough tickets, they should get their license taken
They
away
should just,
anyways.
as soon as they get their first gray hair.
They should.
I mean, if they get over 7 points,
They should start pulling people over for going too slow, I think.
They should. And also, the other thing,
Like, realistically, if you're going
turn
30 and a 70, when do you think that turn signals are?
There is a minimum speed.
there is a...
Sorry.
There is a minimum, but it's 55 on the highway.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you're below that, you need to get a ticket.
Yeah.
But they don't give them out.
They need, at that point, if you're going slower than 55, you either need to have something wrong with your car and your hazards on, or you just don't need to be on the
Well, they have
road.
a Flintstone car,
But
dude.
do you ever think that it's... They have a what?
A
They have a
Flintstone
Flintstone car, dude. They're running.
With their feet. You just see them like going down. Do you ever think that it's not necessary to use your blinker? I
think if you're pulling out of your driveway, like, you know, that kind of a thing, you don't need your turn signal. But I think every turn, like if you're at a 4-way stop and you're sitting there and they're, you know, obviously 4-way and you're planning on turning right, don't sit there and there's a reason there's a turn signal in the dang car. It's a safety feature. It's to indicate people that you're turning or merging. Merging is a huge one. I hate it when I see some guy just go without using a turn signal or even giving an indication that I need to maybe slow down and let him in. As frustrating is because there's a lot of people that won't let you in, regardless if you have your turn signal on.
This sounds personal at this point.
It is personal because I hate it.
I think it's one of my pet peeves too. Like when somebody turns either right in front of you or like you're coming up and they're turning left, but they don't have a blinker on at all.
Or one thing
You're
I
like,
hate,
I'm just gonna crash right into
if
them.
I'm on the highway and somebody's 50 feet behind me, I'm not using a blinker.
no, that's fine.
That's okay. I think that's
the only
okay.
time
We're talking about like when people are like pretty much like almost bumper to bumper or just a little like maybe a car lengths behind. I've had people on,
there's a reason for them at that point.
on Burton and Clyde Park where I'm at. The one thing I hate, this is another thing I hate that's personal, is when
Stefan, you're so passionate about this.
No, because my Johnny, he doesn't use a dang turn signal at all. He just turns
Dude,
whenever
he's gonna
he wants.
get hit.
I know and neither does his girl. They don't use turn
It's
signals.
gonna be his fault if
And
the other person has a dash cam.
Hate it with a burning passion. But when
Another
I'm
reason
sitting,
to have a dash cam.
when I'm sitting on
Nice
Burton
plug.
and Clyde Park and I have to turn right to go towards Clyde Park to get to work and whatnot, there'll be people. So it'll be a red light, right? And you think if they don't have their turn signal on, they're at a red light, they're going straight. They will wait till that red light turns green and then turn right because they have to be a good Samaritan on the road. They don't like, dude, you can turn right on red. Unless there's unless there's a sign or an indication that says you cannot turn right on red. They just refuse to turn right. They have to wait till the light turns green. I'm like, bro, there's nothing on this
Dude,
side.
I honk at them.
There's nothing over here.
I honk at them. Oh,
I was like, what was that? Did you press the soundboard?
Yeah, no service, huh? There, what was
it was one of my buddy's birthday, so he said thank you.
Tell him to shut up.
Okay. Texting. Anyways. What was the turn? I was going to say something before
Just how
that
people
went
don't
off.
use them. I'm like, okay, either make it to where the cars automatically are going to have a turn signal indication that are just going to come on no matter what. Or,
But how does a car know you're going to turn right?
well, that's the car engineering.
I mean, it's
They
like-
need to
It's
get rid of
self-driving.
those no turn on red intersections.
yeah.
Like what? I always wondered. It's like, why is this one different?
If I'm
Because some person pulled out right in front of somebody, and they're
You're
like,
right.
"Well, we got to put one in now."
But
Yeah,
then
you're right.
their other solution is these roundabouts.
One
There's
person.
so many dang roundabouts. It's not even funny.
I think roundabouts are the best
It
thing since
feels like an
sliced
ice
pie,
skating
dude.
rink. I'm like
Since
sitting here
sliced
going,
pie?
Yeah, it's farther than bread, dude.
They're just so stupid.
This is
like
the best thing since ripped apart pie.
Like when you
That's what
Anyways.
they used to say before sliced pie came by.
I've never heard that.
It keeps like, dude, a light, you have to come and you have to stop and you have to wait
I don't
4
like your hand
minutes, bro.
thrusting.
You have to wait 4 minutes
They're never
it's
4 minutes long.
The lights, the lights are 4
No, they're
minutes.
not.
Oh yeah,
Which
they are.
ones?
Like all of them, like half of them.
I'm not even. There
Okay.
are days where it's literally like there's a 4-minute light and there's nothing coming from any direction, and it's like, why?
That's when you do a Parker U-turn.
A Parker
Where so like
U-turn?
say you're sitting here, this is the light and it's red. You turn right here, you do a U-turn, and then this way is green, and then you make another
No,
right and you
dude,
go
that's
straight.
crazy.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, but a cop
I've
can
done
turn,
that before.
But here's the thing.
once,
But
and I
here's
was
the
like,
thing,
I
too.
should never do
A
that.
cop can
again.
turn on his lights and his siren to go through a red light and then immediately turn them off. I'm like,
I've
I
seen
hate,
them do
Oh,
that.
that's actually illegal. They shouldn't do that.
I hate that. Well, and then the other thing is
Who's
too.
gonna arrest them?
Right, who's going to arrest them?
They give
well,
them-
actually, no.
Oh, well,
There
another
can
cop could.
Another cop can actually do that. They
Yeah.
if they see
Give them
like
a
another
ticket.
cop doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they know that that cop is armed.
Yeah, but they're armed too. At that point,
Yeah.
Yo, I got a bigger gun in the back. You know.
yeah, no. I'm like,
Got
So does he.
shotgun.
that's one thing I hate. There's
No, he
Or
doesn't.
she.
That guy,
Or
he or
she.
she doesn't. I got an AK, dude.
yeah, an AK-47 in the back
I
of a
got a
cop
Tommy
car.
gun, bro.
God bless.
Boston.
I'm telling.
No, I'm saying the cop.
Nice
does.
Boston accent.
Nice
Yeah, it was
Boston
terrible.
accent. Swear to God.
Anyways,
Didn't sound anything like it. And if you
but yes,
ever
a
come
cop
on here and
can
do that again,
actually a cop. Actually, a cop can.
If you ever do that again.
all right, shut up.
Yeah, shut up, dude.
Okay, Ethan, continue.
A cop can give
then
himself what? Give himself a ticket if he wanted to.
Why
Really?
would you do that?
You could.
Man,
Yeah,
I've been
why
a
would you
bad
ever do
boy.
that? Is there any time in history that a cop was like, "Man,
I
really
don't
didn't
think
like that I
so.
did
There,
that.
no.
I'm upset
He's
with
got to meet
myself.
his. He's got to
But
meet
you
his quota,
can.
so he's got to write
I
himself a
gotta,
ticket.
yeah, there you go.
He ran out of time. He's like, I'm one away. I'll
Hey,
just
why
give
do
it
you
to
have 10
myself.
tickets written to
I
yourself?
kept running red lights.
You give it to like your son or something like that. That'd be crazy.
You woke up late. Ticket.
Imagine a cop,
Or
how
he's-
regimented a
or
cop
he's-
would be. Like
Or
if you're
he's
just
trying to teach his son to drive, and he's like, "Hey, you can, you can go like 10 miles over the speed limit." And he starts going. He's like, "Up, ticket."
Oh,
You
and
didn't-
you
you
don't have
didn't
a
do the
driver's
dishes
license?
ticket.
That's a double ticket.
like just for household things. You didn't walk the dog ticket.
That's one thing I will be terrified is if I ever do have
crazy.
kids and I have like a son or daughter and they're teaching them how to drive, like I'd be terrified to be in the passenger seat while they're like, all right, we're going to do the main roads today. Because I don't know how y'all learned. I learned in a Kmart parking lot in the winter, which I think is the
you
best.
just got to
time.
take him to a parking lot. What do you mean? Like, don't just take him on the
Yeah,
road.
but parking lot is going to be different than on the road.
Yeah. Like you want to start out on
you
the
have
parking
to,
lot.
You have to, you have to envision
Yeah,
the
but-
road
Okay, yeah,
in the
we're
parking
not-
lot.
You don't start them off on the main road, obviously.
Yeah.
But there comes a point where it's like you
I take
do
him
have.
downtown Detroit. I mean down down the hard roads.
Yeah.
Well, like, so, and I think too, learning to drive in the winter
Everyone's
is
got it.
the best way to learn how to drive in general. Because if you think about it, if you learn how to drive in the spring and summer, even the fall, you're not going to have that moment of like, oh, the road's slippery and know what to do, because then that'll be your first winter and you're going to have more of a likely chance to like get an accident or something happening. Like, that's where I told my dad and stepmom when I was learning how to drive, I was like, I want to do it in the winter because then that way, like the summertime stuff will be a breeze, no problem.
Man, do I hate driving in the winter.
I do too still, but I'd
So
rather.
then you can slide on
Not
ice, hit
because-
something, and
But it's the experience though you get from it driving in the winter at that point, because then it's like I know what to do if my car starts fishtailing for no reason. I'm like, I just let it do its thing, because if I try to fight it, it's going to make it worse, and I could cause an accident or kill myself at that point, and I don't want that. I would rather
why
know
don't
what
you
I'm
want
doing
that, Stefan?
to kill myself.
Spinning on the road during wintertime is a Michigan thing, though.
Yeah, that's
I
terrifying.
remember one time I was on the phone with my sister Jessica on my way to an interview, and as I'm talking to her, I like lost control of the vehicle, and I did a full 360 while I'm on the phone, and I just like kept driving.
I've done that once. I did that once
It's just
too.
like such like Michigan stories because that's so normal.
I get the way you did like the gesture of like I was doing a 360.
360 as I'm on the phone. Yeah, it was just like, so you've done it
a
too.
complete 360. I think
Yeah,
I've
I spun and then I just like kept going straight.
I think I've done like where you go sideways. What?
It's just a funny image.
It's the fact that I can imagine him being so calm, still talking on the phone with his sister as he's spinning, going straight.
That's what happened. And I was like, yeah, I just spun around, so I'm going to let you go because I got to pay attention to the road.
I think I've done like sideways and then like recorrected myself.
But
like totally sideways.
When I was in my Jeep, I was on my way to work when I worked at Farmers Insurance. And I remember this car came on the exit from 36th Street to go past the Gerald R. Ford Airport. And he just cut me off. And so I had to brake, but I wasn't even going that fast either. Everybody on the highway, no joke, was going maybe 35 tops. It was that icy out. And so I remember putting on my brakes, and even just the slight braking, like I spun around like 3 times.
3 times?
3 times, yeah. 3 full 360s.
I don't believe it.
And then the best part was
You're lying to me.
I don't know why my head thought this, but then I straightened out, but then went sideways. I was like, and I knew I was going to hit the guardrail head on, right? And I thought, okay, the airbags are going to go off, whatever. For some reason, my brain, instead of, I was thinking it came out into like perspective, and I said, brace yourselves for impact. And then
that out loud?
I did. And then I hit the guardrail. None of the airbags went off. The bumper just got cracked a little bit. And then my headlight, one of the bolts broke off. And so it just kind of like flanged around a little bit. But then I remember I was because I spun one more time, and then I was facing oncoming traffic. And at that point, there was a U-turn that I could go back home. And I was in shock because I was like, okay, I'm not hurt or anything like that, but that was terrifying. And I don't know if I just want to go home now or if I want to just make it, because because it was so far back with how traffic was, I could go onto the 36th Street exit and then just go to work. So that's what I ended up doing. And then people, like, as soon as I walked in the building, like, you look like you saw it, like you're a deer in the headlights. And I was like, yeah, I just got I spun around 3 times, hit a guardrail, and then just, had to go towards oncoming traffic, So yeah, and it was either turn around and go home, which would have been probably more dangerous, or, come to work.
After hearing that story, I do not want to listen to you this winter about how people can't drive in the winter.
Hey, no, that was,
it sounds like you can't.
You missed the part where the guy came in and cut me off. He didn't use a turn signal. He just
full
merged.
circle. We're back.
He just merged, but he didn't even care. And I'm like, and he's in a white car too, and it's like snowing, so it's like you can't see crap in a white car. It's like at night you can't see a black car hardly unless they have their lights on at that most.
You're definitely damaged with this guy not using his blinker.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, it's not just him. It's just everybody in general.
Trauma,
I hate it.
dude, right here.
I'm sitting here just driving normally, and I'm like, okay, cool. There's a red light, and then he's going to stop and go. But no, he just turns right.
I think you should sue this guy for
it's a green light, but then I'm thinking he's going to go straight.
Do you remember his license plate?
No.
Dang it, dude. You can't hunt him down now.
Yeah, that cop could have
Another reason to have a dash cam. Another reason to have a dash cam.
I need to get a dash cam. They have one on Amazon for like $150.
Oh, really?
It's a full 360.
Shoot, I'm gonna get one.
You plug it into your like OBD
I only
reader.
I only care about the front though. Usually, I mean the front and the back are really what
You would
matters.
want in Michigan though. If you get rear-ended, it's automatically the other person's fault. So that's
Not according to him. I can't brake check people.
No, it's like a 90% tie. Well, yeah, that too for that instance. That instance.
Because
I mean, 9 times out of 10, you take it to court, you're gonna lose. But if you have video evidence of a guy, like say you're on the highway and the guy randomly brake checks and you hit him,
yeah,
even if you had pretty good distance and then you hit him, yeah, that guy can get the ticket.
Yeah, I mean even two.
What if I have to
the front guy can
yeah,
get the
what
ticket,
if I
is
have to
meant.
slam the brakes on because there's people in front of me doing that?
Right.
Well, then yeah, then
it's the guy's fault.
Yeah.
But can the dash cam see that?
If you probably have
maybe if it's
don't yawn.
What?
It's not even late.
Bro, I was out late. I was out till 3
dude, stop
a.m.
doing
last
well,
night.
don't do that. Anyways. Just kidding.
I woke up at like I think 9 o'clock and I got home at like 3. So, I mean, 6 hours, I mean, it was a decent amount of sleep, but at the same time, it was not a decent amount of sleep. And I'm still going out tonight. Probably going to be out past midnight. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. We're going to move on.
You need a nap.
I need a lot more than
You
a
didn't
nap.
even let there be any silence before you said we're going to move on.
I know, because
I was listening and you just...
Yeah, I had a little bit. I had a little bit to drink last night.
Wow.
And then
you?
Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
Huh.
And then
Stefan's gone off the deep end.
yeah, because I'm a total alcoholic now.
Yeah.
100%. I had one.
I can
beer,
smell it through the microphone, dog.
just like the earwax in your headphones.
Yeah.
No, it was a fun night though. I mean, like we hang out at the bar, we go for a few drinks, then we grab food, and then pretty much just went back to her place and then just chatted for a little bit. So I mean, that was about it. But then tonight's going to be like
You better be careful going back to...
Easy now.
Yeah, easy now.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's been fun.
That's
stuff
all
like
I'm gonna
that.
say.
We got to, I'm taking her to Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, going to that roadie.
Go to there. I was like, so there because there was.
Sorry, go on.
There was you ever interrupt me on this podcast. We're going to. So I'm taking her. I was going to take her to Dorado's Mexican Bar and Grill
What?
because she likes
I don't know
chorizo
what that is.
tacos. It's a basically Mexican bar and grill.
Where is it?
It's in Hudsonville.
Did you ask what it was after he said...
It's a
I don't know what it
Mexican
is.
bar and grill.
Oh, I thought he said I'm going to Dorado's Mexican Bar and Grill. And you're like, what is that? And he's like, it's a Mexican, bar and grill.
bar and grill. That's what I thought too. It's like, why are you asking that?
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so I was going to go there, but by the time she gets out of work, because she gets out of work at 7, but I'm trying to get ready beforehand, like clean out the car and all that other crap. And she, I told her I'd pick her up at 8. So she's got like an hour to get ready and just kind of chill for a little bit. And they close around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I'm like, we're not going to have time to sit down or do anything. So Texas Roadhouse is open till 10 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we can go there, and then we're going to go to the hookah lounge, and we're going to chill, and then probably go back to her place and just hang
Stuff
out.
in the hookah lounge.
We haven't been there in years, dude. You know how long it's been since
Do you know
do
how
that?
bad that is for you?
Probably is, but do you know
Not
me?
probably. Is. I'm surprised they're still open.
Yeah, they are. They got several hookah lounges, but we're going down to the one.
I've never been to one.
It's basically like, it looks like, I don't know what you call it, a bong.
It looks like a bong.
Yeah.
And it's tobacco. And it's this big hose. And you just like...
Yeah, and you put a piece
And then you...
of charcoal on top.
Yeah, you put a piece of charcoal and then you breathe it out. And it's as like big clouds like a vape.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
Like we used to do.
Yeah.
And
Back in the heyday, bro.
Back in the heyday. Back in my prime when I used to vape and I was cool.
Back when I cut pie, you know.
But it's... but it's tobacco, so... Stefan, your lungs.
Dude,
Your
but
lungs gonna die.
You know, like, when was the last time me and you went? Was it with...
It had to have been at least 10 years ago.
10 years ago. I think my
Yeah.
lungs have recovered a little bit from there since I haven't done any kind of vaping or hookah since then.
Yeah, you're going to wake up tomorrow and you're going to be
Just
like,
gonna sound like Marge
Do you
Simpson.
have work? Do you have work?
me.
Do you have work tomorrow?
No.
Oh, good.
My weekends are Sunday and Monday. So
okay.
Saturday after work and then Sunday, Monday.
Oh, boom.
Do you-
Now that we're on the topic, do you think hookah is a sin? Spit it out. Hot take.
Come on, Indiana.
Well, that always depends on if you're changing your mind state, whether something
it's
is
just tobacco.
That's all it is tobacco.
So you do
like
the
I
cigars.
said, if you have enough of it.
It
changes your mind
enough
state.
of it.
Yeah, but tobacco is extreme.
I don't know because it depends on how
Well, I mean,
concentrated it is.
I'm not gonna sit there and like huff it like until I pass out, kind of thing. Like I'm just there taking a few hits and then I'm like relaxing and chill. That's it.
I don't
Yeah, if it
necessarily.
just chills you out, I don't think
it's.
so.
Yeah, I don't think it's really a sin. It's just.
A bad habit.
It's just
I don't think it's not good for you because like I think
Well-
and one of the scriptures isn't like don't do stuff that's like not necessarily good for you, like your body and whatever.
So what do you call depression?
Not good for your mind.
1 minute on that, but what about cigars?
Yeah, I would say
No
it's not
answer.
good for you, but
No,
not
yeah, you
necessarily.
didn't
It's not
answer
like
quick
it's
enough.
not like a sin, but I don't think it's like good for you.
Do you
though.
think are you talking about like the verse that talks about how like not everything is unlawful, but not everything is beneficial?
Yeah, is
Yeah.
that what it is? Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
it's probably fits into that category.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that for video games too,
We say that for a lot of things.
or your phone.
Yeah, remember John Humphreys?
Or just sitting here talking.
No, it's basically saying like not that we're not saying video games are a sin. We're saying
the
there's
stuff in video games.
No, there's
No.
just like there's things that are not sinful, but they're also not good for you.
Yeah.
Like pizza isn't really a sin, but if you eat it every day,
It's
is it
not
really
good for
gonna
you.
is it really gonna help you out? No.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Like
see.
drinking too many
Or-
monsters, is it not?
Or like playing
necessarily
video
good for
games
you. It's
too
not really a
much.
sin.
Like, yeah, video games are fun and can be a distressor, but like if you
If it's 8 hours a day, it's
yeah,
like, bro. What are
I
you doing?
used to do that, dude. I would play like on my days off. I used to just be on it from like first thing in the morning when I wake up until like I felt like passing out at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
That was my life.
It's pretty much like instead of God focus, you're focusing on world focus.
That's like your God at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, because Caleb will tell you, I used to be up even when me and him used to play Fortnite all the time. We would sit there and be up until whatever time, but he would get on later.
Yeah, you guys shouldn't have done that.
What do you mean? Play but I mean, it was just fun.
Nah, that
but
was
like,
fun, right?
I'd be on
I've did
Fortnite
it before too.
Yeah, I'd be on Fortnite already, and then he'd be like, it'd be what, maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and you'd be like, hey, I'm ready. And I'm like, all right, I've been playing for like the last 6 hours.
Yep.
But
You're
yeah,
really
that's,
warmed up then.
yeah, I was really, dude, I was so addicted at that point.
So
Yeah.
when I was in high school, what I would do, what?
I was gonna say brain frying.
Literally.
What's
I was,
that?
When you play for hours of video games,
It
like
just-
I remember when I would play
Oh.
6 hours of Fortnite, I'd be like,
you're just stupid.
Yeah.
Your brain.
But anyways, back to me.
Shut up.
So when I was in high school, I used to do all my homework at lunchtime so I could go home and play video games pretty much the whole day, the rest of the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I would get home at 3:30 until 10 o'clock, yeah, it was my job.
that's
Gross.
dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, dude. That's dope.
Can you say dope one more time?
Dope one more time.
Like groovy.
It was a terrible story, but
Like
that's okay.
Zoinks.
Like
Um,
Zoink Scoob.
Let's move on
I thought it was
to a better story.
it was just a boy, like a boy, like that's just
That's definitely what guys do.
yeah, because I would
Yeah.
do similar stuff. I don't think I would do my homework at lunchtime.
No,
I just-
I hated getting home and having homework because you
See,
you go there for 8 hours, right?
This is his
you go
turn
to-
signal.
Yeah, this is my turn signal. You go to school for 8 hours and then they give you homework that you have
I
to
get
do
it.
at home. Like imagine going to work like every day and
then, like,
then
bring
they
you
give
work.
you work home. Like
We need
Yeah,
nah,
it is-
dude. So
it
I
is
was
dumb.
like, I am not
It is
going
dumb.
home
You
with
know
a
what's
homework.
dumb?
See, my solution
No.
was I just didn't do homework.
Oh yeah, yeah. You could do that too.
You know what's
I mean,
dumb? Working retail and grocery for so long, like years ago, I would sit there and come home and they would want you to front and face everything in the store so you'd have the labels pointing.
no, you did it at home.
I'm not even joking. My cupboards, my fridge, and everything I had, I would sit there. If I had a water bottle that was like this where you couldn't see anything, I have to be like,
Were you bored?
no, I just was like,
It's just habit.
I gotta
Habit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta
'Cause
stock it. and-
I would work at Speedway, and you'd have to do all the front facing.
oh
stuff
yeah, you
too.
worked at the one that was near us when you were
Yep.
staying with our dad for a little bit.
Yes, but I
Yeah.
never went home and did it.
I think I might have just
I don't
because
think I
you're
ever
just
did.
so used to it.
It's just so, like then you look
And
back at
also, I'm not gonna lie, it looks good.
it does
Because you
then
walk into a Speedway and it's just Mountain Dew and it's all facing the same way.
it just
it's
is something.
I want to
so,
mess it up every time.
Dog.
Just like turn that
Punch it.
just one can he turns where the barcode showing out of all the cans. Oh my gosh, I hate that. One thing I
Yeah.
hate too. This is I don't work the front end at the store that I work with, but when you see a product that like okay, there's only 2 things on the shelf alone, right? Just 2. Let's just say it's this and that can right there, right? Somebody will sit there and even though there's another can of that exact one in front of it, they'll just put it right where this is instead of putting it back right exactly where the other thing was. It's like, really? You're that lazy where you have to put this in front of here like that? Screw you.
Yeah, it is annoying.
It is.
You know what? You know what
Stuff.
I do though is
Yeah.
I never take the front one.
No.
I take the second one, dude.
I do that with milk.
Why?
Is
'Cause
that
you
weird?
think that
No.
people's grubby hands were on the first one?
Maybe I don't know.
I
It's
do
just
it-
like in a reaction. Sometimes I just take
I
the
always
second
take the
one.
first one and I hope it's already open.
The milk is the one that
Drank a little bit.
I think that's just a tradition for everybody with milk at least because the dates in the back are always like the most
yeah,
farther
maybe that's
out.
where I get it from.
Because that's what I do with my half gallons that I usually get for my cereal and stuff is I'll just go in the back and then
That makes sense with milk.
because because you get like the ones in the front, and it's like July 15th, and it's like, okay, that's going to expire in like 2 days. But then you go into the back, and it's like July 30th, and it's like, oh, sick, I'm going to get that one.
I don't really have that problem because we do like I don't know, the fake milk now that lasts like a month.
Fake milk.
It's like the low, like it's not really milk. It's like it's kind of like soy. I think it's soy milk, but tastes exactly the same, dude. Like
I don't.
If you had 2 glasses, you could not tell, and if they weren't labeled, yeah,
I don't even really drink milk.
No, are you lactose intolerant?
No,
I think I was.
I just don't really.
That's why.
I just don't really think of drinking it.
It's not bad. I used to
You
be
can
like,
get calcium from yogurt, which I eat. So
yogurt's good. I haven't had. Yoplait yogurt is like the best.
that's hardly yogurt, Stefan. Come on.
Dude, that's
Good.
sugar.
The Greek yogurt is disgusting. I'm
I
sorry.
eat
They are
plain,
terrible.
I eat plain Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt, I tried
Put
one.
some cinnamon on there, dude.
I can't. It's
You're
just got a
adding that.
I think it's a texture thing. I don't even think
Cinnamon
it was the
isn't
flavor.
sugar, though.
Yeah, it is. Cinnamon
it's
is like
not.
half sugar, isn't it?
Cinnamon by itself is not sugar.
Oh, I was thinking brown sugar.
Yeah, and
Not
and
cinnamon.
a lot of
My
times
bad.
people do mix cinnamon and sugar, but you can buy just cinnamon.
You know those cinnamon challenges that people did? They used to do those cinnamon challenges.
Yes, they were stupid. You
Yeah.
can die from that.
Dude, let's try it.
You want to try it?
No,
I have it.
I've never tried it. Never tried
You
it.
should try it on air. I want to see how you.
That sounds just
I want to see
terrible.
how you fare.
What do you even do? You just put it in your mouth, right?
You just take a spoonful of
and it's
cinnamon
one
and try
spoon.
to in your
swallow
mouth,
it.
and you try to swallow it.
Yeah, and you can't. And it's like there was one time
that sounds like that
John
sounds
did
terrible.
it. John did it once, and he nearly died because it instantly dries your whole throat, and you can't.
Yeah, and then you start breathing it in because you cough.
Yeah. So then it's bad. People have died from it. Yeah.
So you might die, which is why I want you to try it.
Yeah.
That would be something to look up. How many people died from the cinnamon challenge?
Dude, look it up right now. Woo!
Okay, go to the
Google
next
time with
subject.
Ethan.
So aliens.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to aliens.
We're just doing a little segue
Might as well.
while you're looking that up.
One thing, okay, can I say something for aviation? I
No.
hate that there's so many plane crashes and like helicopter crashes as of
There
lately.
has been a
And-
lot lately.
And Dad and Laura are sitting there and like, yeah, you should, it's $150 for like a round trip on a plane. I said, yeah, but like, have you seen how many planes have crashed as of recently?
In their defense, have you seen how many haven't?
I mean, that too, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm sorry, but like, unless I have to get on a plane.
What if we get to a point where it's like
only
in the-
planes?
in the newspaper, they start only telling stories of planes landing. Like, planes successfully landed today.
I'd be even more terrified.
Because they're so bad. But it is weird. Like that one in India.
Yeah, and then there was the helicopter that just randomly crashed. It crashed into the Washington River, like just out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
No, that was maybe a few months ago, like
That
in
was
the
a
beginning
few
of the
months
year.
ago. It was the one we talked about on the last episode.
Yeah, like-
with
Yeah.
us
But
three.
even then, too, yeah, you got the one in the Indian Ocean. What was it? Malaysia something? Unless that was that was a long
Yeah.
time ago. There was another one though that crashed recently too, and it's just like, what is happening? Like, why are we having problems? Like, I'm not making a joke while saying this, but like we had like the terrorist attack things during 9/11, where now TSA is like on everybody's butt about like, get through the line. We're gonna pat you down from head to toe. We're going through 3 different scanners to make sure you're not bringing anything. And then planes are supposed to be safer, but then you have malfunctions. You have
Yeah, but it's not the passenger's fault that the planes
No.
are malfunctioning.
no, but like even
Well,
still, like
Too much weight, you know.
to a degree too. I don't even know if the whole rumor. I don't even know if the whole rumor of like you have to have your cell phones turned off and everything.
Here's a
like
hot
that.
take since we're talking about planes. I think really fat people should have to buy 2 tickets.
Yeah, and it should-
Because when you're sitting on a plane, those compact
yeah,
seats, and there's 3 of you,
They're like-
and like Bertha comes and sits down, and she's the size of 2 people. Dude, it's
dude.
uncomfortable.
Have you?
Why
ever,
don't they have a designated fat person section?
Yeah, it's called
Why
the
not?
cargo bay.
It's the cargo bay. Oh man,
You get
have you ever?
a
Have you ever been to
maybe.
North Star Theater in Rockford?
no.
Their seats are like airplane. They're compact. Like it's like from like you have one seat here to here, and it's that much space for watching a movie. On a plane, it is exactly the same thing. And I feel like there should be like, I don't know, it sounds dumb, but just like make a Fatty Express airline or something like that, where like the seats are double wide. Like,
That's not a bad idea.
I'm sorry, dude, but like if I'm
Did you find out how many people died from cinnamon?
No, I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't find anything that would say anything.
they have to have something. But like I think too with like, granted, like I know I'm big, but I'm not like 600-pound life big.
Right.
And when you get those people, whether it's a disorder or not, because most of the time it's a life choice. They eat their depression away, or they just don't want to do anything, and so they're like, I'm just going to sit on the couch and eat like a whole family size lasagna.
But does their depression really go away?
No, my depression isn't going away, but you don't see me gaining like 300 extra pounds.
I think the only way you really get rid of depression is like outside and exercise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can take medicine, but I don't think
it doesn't help.
It produces chemicals that actually are the happy chemical. Or whatever.
The medicine too also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The medicine also. So I was on antidepressants for a while too, and they actually make you gain weight. So then that just adds more. Like, yeah, you might not be as depressed.
Well, yeah, they can't give you medicine that actually works.
Oh, right.
That's true. They can't give you something that fully fixes the problem.
Right, but like it's still like you're trying to get like the depression gone to a degree, and yeah, you may be less depressed, but then you're seeing yourself bloat up, and it's like, oh, cool. Well, I'm still depressed at this point, so then you keep getting refills and all this other crap. So, but eventually, what happened is my doctor had told me like, if you want to get off these, you're not recommended to stay on them unless like suicidal, whatever. And then I just started going outside more. And obviously now doing the exercising and all that other crap. So, and that's helped out like a ton, dude. I've lost over 75 pounds. Like,
good job.
Yeah.
High five. Air five.
I also don't like how in the commercials, how in the commercials for depression medicine, it'll be like, if you're experiencing suicidal thoughts,
this may increase the chances.
Yeah. It's like, I thought it was supposed to fix that.
I hate that. I hate it. And then they make the commercials like they're all partying and having a good time. But side effects may include death. Like it's like,
and you might die.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, death and super death.
Death, super death, heart problems, insomnia.
Which I wonder too. Since we're talking about medicine, what do y'all think if they actually have a thing for cancer or not?
Have you heard anything about that?
I think they do have a cure for cancer. It's just they don't want to give it out because if you think about it, like
it's too much money.
It's too much money, but then they'd also be this also is like a conspiracy theory thing too, to a degree. But there's the what is it? There's a stone plaque thing that's like where the human population's supposed to go down by a certain year or something like that. If you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the world order or something, like one world order kind of thing. So the population is supposed to be down to only like 2 million or something stupid like that, like a really low number by 2030 something. And there's only so much time for that to happen because then that'll be people in control. But like it's the same thing with medicine too, is like if you cured everybody's cancer, that means you're prospering somebody's life.
But they're also talking about like reverse aging.
I wouldn't want that.
Where we don't age anymore.
I mean,
I don't think you can ever fight nature that much.
Well, Chuck Norris can. So can what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. She can fight the aging thing.
You think it's not going to be possible?
No. Do you?
Same thing with like
I don't know. That's a good question.
The age increase too, like people trying to live longer and stuff like that. It's like, why would you want to live past like 150? Like, I'm sorry, like that'd be boring. I'd rather just like, why would you want to live forever? Even people that are like cryogenically frozen, they're like hoping to like, I'll wake up in like 3020 or whatever. And then there'll be technological advances and I can live forever. It's like, why would you want to do that?
Can we go back to the one world order?
Yeah.
You said by 2030, they want to get the population down to
2030?
I think it's something.
That's not that far.
No, I think it's something like that where it's
5 years, dude.
But you're saying they want to get the population down to only 2 million people on the world?
It's not 2 million. It's some like
I was going to say
really low
they're going to have
number.
to get rid of billions of people.
They're going to have to nuke the world, dude.
Yeah.
At that point, that fast.
Order. let me see if I can find it exactly.
Or a really bad disease. I mean, like COVID, except it actually does kill that many people.
Yeah, some
that
people
they were
think
saying
that's what COVID was supposed to be.
That's crazy.
That's the conspiracy.
I mean,
conspiracy.
childbirth is already going down.
New World
But
Order.
2030, that's only 5 years.
Yeah, and I mean,
I thought you meant 23, like
I'm trying to see if they show the year,
which would be like 250 years or 275 years.
Conspiracy theories.
Conspiracy.
Listen,
conspiracy.
it is an actual
We know they're
thing.
not
Like there's
real.
an actual rock and everything like that shows the rules of like it's supposed to go down to this number for the population by this year, and then if not, then the world is doomed for basically us not being taken over by the government.
Oh,
at
it's
this
some
point.
stupid rock.
Well, it's not a rock. No, it's not like they said aliens carved it
As
and
you're
like
holding
brought
a
it
rock.
down. Yeah, as you're holding a rock. No, it's
Life is beautiful.
But here's
You
what
show that to the camera.
So it says it's a conspiracy theory that possessed the existence of the secret cabal of global elites planning to establish a totalitarian world government. This proposed global regimen is envisioned as eliminating national sovereignty, replacing it with authoritarian structure controlled by the hidden elite. And then it says manipulation and control. Inheritance believe that the elite manipulation, politics, and financial events created the crisis such as COVID-19 and control narratives now that unrest and facilitate their plan for global domination. Disarm and control. Some versions of the theory include the idea the plan involves disarming citizens to make them easier to control, which here's that also too. So guns now, in order to buy a gun, you have to get a pistol or anything like that. You have to get a CPL. You can't just go out and buy a pistol.
Yeah.
So, and that was during Joe Biden's term, because when I found that out, Joe Biden was making this thing where he said, yeah, if you're going to get a gun before this date, you better get it now, because after that, you're going to need a CPL. So that's when I went out and bought my gun, and I don't have a CPL, but again, I'm not going to go flashing my gun out to the public, but I don't have to take the CPL if I don't want to, but nowadays you have to. So I don't know how it is with like ARs and shotguns and stuff. I think you can get
what if you're buying private party?
Still gotta, as far as I know, unless you got a stupid amount of money, I think you still need to have like some kind of like class or something like that.
I don't know how the government regulates like private party.
It's like the second
buying and selling. I think that's how gangs kind of do it. I mean, realistically.
I mean, yeah, you can do it illegally, sure, but like at that point, it's kind of ruining the whole Second Amendment.
I think if you have to buy it from Cabela's or something, you'd have to get a CPL.
Yeah,
but if you had a pistol,
if I had a pistol and I wanted to sell it to Caleb, he's not. He's not going to.
You could, but technically, you have to fill out a form and bring it to the police station.
Because
what?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, because
That's crazy.
You're basically at this point, if any crime is tied to you, let's say, and Caleb buys the gun and something happens with it, they know that you recently gave it to him. So if they don't really need to come to you for questioning to a degree, they're going to go towards him, because if they find out that whatever bullet or whatever came out of this particular gun, they can track it back to him because, Ethan randomly sold it to...
But if it's inherited, it's fine?
I don't know about inheritance. I think that's a different thing, I think. Because I mean, if it's something from like...
Because I think my dad inherited a hunting shotgun.
There's like certain guns from like certain years that you don't need like a permit thing for. Like if it's something like a musket rifle from like 1776, you don't need a permit. I think it's like a historical thing you need maybe, but it's...
I'm not saying it's that old.
No, but like there's certain year guns like from a certain year to a certain year that like you don't need any kind of special thing because it's considered historic.
Yeah.
So, but if it's something obviously of like today's age and stuff, then you're going to need all this paperwork and CPL stuff.
Sorry.
Is the one world order in the Bible?
Yeah, I think it is.
Like the one world government? Because I know people talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's in the end times with the mark
Revelations,
of the beast.
but yeah, but
it's in that same.
But is the mark of the beast also the one world order? Like, where do people get that?
It's probably part of it, because think about it. If you have the one world order and it's like this is the only way that you're allowed to buy, goods, then that shrivels down to the people that are going to cave in and do it. Because
how are Christians going to survive during that time?
We won't. It'll be basically like the Nazis and Jews in World War II. Where
Hopefully I die before that time.
well, at that point, I think too, like when we saw, what was it? I think it was just called Rapture. Like my dad showed us that movie. And
yeah, but we don't know if that's biblically accurate.
Right. But at the same time, like if people are literally going to be disappearing and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, like what's happening and stuff like that, then yeah, there is going to be like a global pandemic at that point where people are going to be freaking out, looting, rioting, and killing. And so I think, well, like what my dad said is like, if you, or other people that have told me too, like if you get shot, like, or you get murdered or whatever during that time period, like, and you don't commit suicide, wise, then you go with the rapture as long as you like, announce that like, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior and all that other stuff and forgiveness for your sins.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really worried about that.
Neither am I.
Yeah.
But like,
So if the rapture happens today, do you think Jesus is going to be looking for his people in the hookah lounge?
Bro, for sure. That's the first place he looks.
I'm just kidding.
you're gonna be joining
Yeah.
that
I was
holy
going to say
hookah.
something, then I forgot.
Dude,
Because you brought up the hookah.
Leave.
yeah, get out.
He takes off the headphones and puts on.
No,
his
Ethan, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
We're kidding.
Yeah. I'll remember in like 5 minutes.
We were talking about one world order,
I think it has to do with Revelation.
rapture, revelation.
Oh, no. It just has to do with, I think we're ramping up to have a religious fight, not even just in the U.S. I mean, I
Excuse
think
me.
the other countries have been fighting for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, look at Iran and
Yeah.
Israel right now.
yeah, I mean, I think they've been fighting for a long time, but I think it's rampant. The U.S. is ramping up to have that
Happen.
happen, where it's
Well,
pretty much Christians versus regular world people.
in a way too, I don't know if it really necessarily.
A clash of
I don't know if it helped or
Interests.
didn't help with like
Yeah.
how Trump just basically took care of what was it? It was Iran's nuclear power plant thing. Like they basically took care of it. Like they bombed it pretty much, I guess. And that way it would stop. And like Iran's like, ceasefire and all this other crap. Like I don't know if that necessarily helped because that would just irk me more at that point.
If you were Iran, you mean?
Yeah, if I was
Yeah.
Iran, that would irk me more. Even though, yeah, like it's a weird kind of gray area for me personally on it. But it's like, okay, it's their fighting, so let them handle it. We don't need to get involved because it's not our thing. But then it's like that's still a bad thing because that's innocent people getting hurt because two people don't know how to like settle a conflict. So let's break it up with whoever started it or whatever happened,
dude. The fault is totally on Iran.
Yeah. So
Like-
then Iran is paying the price right now for it. But I feel like at that point, that's just more adding more fuel to the fire for Iran at that point because they're going to be like, well, there was no reason for the U.S.
Do you
to
know
get
what
involved.
Iran looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like crap.
It's
now.
crappy.
Does
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, they were talking about like buying the country and making it like a lot better so
Who?
people can leave. Like the U.S.
We don't. We have like
The
how many
U.S. wanted
trillions
to
of dollars in debt?
buy it and like fix it all up and make it into like a big resort country.
We just need to fix America right now and not focus on other people. It's just like when they were giving money to Ukraine. Like, I'm sorry. Why do we need to give how many billions of dollars to Ukraine? And then you get people on TikTok from Ukraine saying like, I
Yeah.
just bought, with the U.S. government. Like, I'm not even joking. There was a girl that literally,
Is that war still going on?
I think so.
I haven't been paying attention. I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
There's a girl on TikTok that like got called out and like the pet, and then it followed a train down the line that because all the money that the U.S. government was sending to them for like recovery or whatnot, she was spending it on like a new car and like the equivalent of like a Bugatti pretty much over there in Ukraine. And then she was like buying all these like fancy clothes and stuff like that. And she's got like a fancy condo or whatever. And it's just like, so our money can go towards that, but I can't afford an apartment as a U.S. citizen. Why are we giving our money to these people? I'm sorry that their place got bombed by Russia at that point.
Well, I mean, you're talking about like three things there.
Well, yeah, but like, it's,
Like one, the person stole the money, so it didn't even make it to there. And
Right.
then why are we sending money in general?
what do you mean stole the money?
You just said she bought a car with it.
Well, yeah, it's the money that the U.S. gave to them as a Ukrainian citizen, and then she's
it was a Ukrainian. I thought it was a U.S. citizen.
No,
I was confused.
No,
sorry.
Ukrainian citizen. Yeah, she's sitting there and she's buying all this fancy crap, and it's
we can't give them money and then tell them what they do with the money.
But at the same time, it's like, but at the same time though, it's like, okay, cool. Well, this just puts us to shame because again, you have actual U.S. citizens that can't even buy a house right now. Like for me, I was told that I need over $5,000 to buy a house. Plus, like, my credit limit is, or my credit score is like, it's better than what it was for sure.
$500,000 to buy a house?
5,000.
Oh,
yeah. No, I
was like 500, dude. That's crazy.
Dude,
sorry, I gotta turn this.
Open your ears.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, $5,000 to as a first time homeowner to purchase a house, and I'm like, okay, cool, because I can come up with that overnight. And then at that point,
you can?
No.
Dude, are you a drug dealer?
But that's the thing is like I would have to work so much overtime for it. And if I'm really dedicated, I'll do it. But at the same time, it's like I shouldn't even have to do that because back in the day, like I'm not saying to go back to like where you had to put $30 down as a down payment on a house. But like
I think it should be zero.
I would say, yeah, as a first time homeowner, I think sure, if you sign up, you have to do a 30-year mortgage or something like that. And then you just zero down payment, but it's not going to be a great $300,000 house, but like you could get maybe something up to 100 to 150,000.
Yeah. You say that like we're the generation that's not going to own houses.
No, we're definitely not.
Yeah, because we don't make enough money.
Dude,
do you think that America is just going to go down from here? Or do you guys think that there's any hope for...
The only way that it would be able to go up and we would be able to prosper is, I think, for one, corporate companies need to stop being literally greedy with all their money.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, no, but the thing is that is part of it is because like, yeah, you own like a like Jeff Bezos with Amazon, right? There's no reason why he needs to have that much money and he can't pay people enough to even afford rent. You know what I mean? Like, and he's even running most of the joint with robots and he has very minimal people. So why not pay the minimal people that are working there, like maintaining the robots and like cleaning up stuff? Why not pay them more than what they're making right now so they can afford at least a livable wage to live in a house or an apartment for that matter?
Yeah, but billionaires have always existed, and before, like middle class America could still afford a nice house.
Yeah, but now it's becoming even more greedy at this point. I mean, to me at least. I mean, hell, we just had it where at our store we found out our CEO just bought something like another boat or something like that. It's like, why did you need to buy another boat when you have like 2 already? Why? Why do you need 3?
Yeah, I think it's going to end up like that.
There's going to be stupid.
There's going to be no middle class. It's only going to be the hierarchy of the richest people, whatever. Say it's 100,000, whatever it is. Then everybody else is just dirt poor.
Yeah.
So we're going to be dirt poor.
Yeah.
And I would even argue that they're going to make AI so good.
Oh,
that
AI is terrifying.
AI is going to be so good that literally just the government's going to give you money and then that's what you live on. And that's what you have. And you're in houses, you don't like, you kind of pay for your house, but like.
Did you hear about
it's just all renting.
Duolingo?
Nobody, and you can't get out of that. What?
Did you hear about Duolingo with AI?
No,
they're getting rid of all of their employees, and they literally said AI first. So they're replacing all their actual national like people that speak whatever language you're trying to learn.
Duolingo is an app that teaches you different languages.
So my brother's using it for Spanish right now, but he actually removed the app because of it, because they're literally firing every single employee and replacing them with AI. So,
well, yeah, because the AI learns our language. So we're giving them the information that they need, the AI needs. And then once they have all the information that they need, they don't need people anymore.
Right. But then
to do it, to run the
what
the
are
program.
we going to do? They're not, the government's not going to hand us like $20,000 and be like, here's your monthly income.
I'm glad we're talking about this because like literally I've thought about this the other day when I was ready to go to bed. Greatest ideas come before you sleep. Right. And I was like, man, what if they automated like a gas station, right? So in McDonald's, I heard that. In McDonald's or in Taco Bell, they have like the self-checkout. Okay, imagine that with a gas station now. People, there's nobody in the gas station. You don't even enter the gas station, okay? You go up to this this thing. You say, hey, I want a Monster. I want a, I don't know, Debbie's freaking donut, whatever. You say, hey, I want this, this, and this. Guess what? Robots, all the products are like on the ground or like or refrigerated if it needs to be refrigerated. And then the robots literally go like they're kind of like a little. I've seen it in a video
like
they're
claws,
little,
and they just
they're kind of like claws, but they're like a little box thing, and it goes over and it like picks up what you need, and then like it will just drop it, right? But goes further than that. If it runs out of like product, right? Say you have like 200 Red Bulls, I don't know. Say you get down to 50. Oh, it sends the order automatically. You don't need people to even get anything from a gas station anymore. Hey, guess what? It knows your age. Oh, you want alcohol? It knows what age you are because like it just takes a picture of you, or you know, your phone checks it out.
They have a store like that already.
Where?
It's in California. It's like I don't know what exactly it's called, but you just walk it. They have it in Japan too. Japan's way ahead of us in like technology.
Well, yeah, that's kind of, I think China or Japan is already doing this.
They have a store where you can walk in and there's no cashiers or staff or anything like that in there.
I would say you don't even need to walk in. But.
You walk in and they have it where they have your bank information already in there, and whatever you put in that cart, there's a sensor and it scans everything you put in and then tallies it up, and you can just walk out the door.
But I'm saying you're not even walking in. Like it's already grabbing everything for you. It's dropping in a Dropbox.
Oh, you're saying like go to the gas station?
Literally, yeah. The Dropbox literally opens for you. You just take it out.
And are you saying
boom.
you're excited for this?
No, I'm not excited for this because it takes out a lot of jobs. And even further, like say it does a order. Guess what? They grab that order, same kind of robot thing. It puts in a truck automatically. The automatic truck goes from there to the gas station, automatically refills it. Everything is automated.
And how far off do you think this is?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, I would say it's relatively close. Yeah,
because
At
I
least
think
we'll be close
they're
to-
already like close in China, like for automated. Have you guys seen the automated cars?
No.
Like moving of cars?
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Okay, you have. Okay, so
have
it's
not.
these like puck things that like go underneath. I don't know if you call them a puck, but
I call them a
I don't know. Like they're like a square thing that goes underneath, and like say you go and park your car. Like say you lived here and you have a parking garage. So like you can just park your car, take the keys with you, come in here. You say, "Hey, my car's down there." These robots come, they go underneath your car without it on. They put these things under the tires, lift it up just enough to like move it, and it parks it for you. And they're already doing this in China.
And they have cars right now.
And it's freaking crazy. Sorry.
They're trying to develop it too, where like how there's already kind of like the automated cars that like are like an Uber service kind of thing with like the 360 cameras above and whatever else they have. There's ones that Elon's trying to do where it doesn't have like as big of equipment obviously on top. It's like all sensors all the way around the car. And it's just like a rent thing where it's like your personal Uber or grocery thing where you just rent the car for like however long you're using it. And it's electric. So they'll find a station to charge it at and stuff. And you could it's an app. You click like, hey, I need to go to the store. What's the next available car? And the car will drive to your location through the GPS. And it'll pick you up, and you just obviously have to sit in the driver's seat at that point because I think they're still working it out where you have to have somebody at least behind the wheel for right now until they like nail it down to a T where you don't need to have somebody behind the wheel. And then you just tell it where to go in your GPS.
There's some that you don't sit in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
you sit in the passenger seat.
It's crazy. And then the funny part is I've seen videos where like something happens like with an accident, and then it's like they try to blame the company, but then they ultimately try to blame the person that was sitting in the seat because it's a person that they're like, well, they should have been in the driver's seat. And it's like, because at that point, if something fails, they can still manually put on the brakes. They can still manually turn the wheel and everything like that, or manually gas it.
I don't think.
Well, if they're going to be controlled, there's not going to be a wheel.
No. It'll just be like an internal steering mechanism.
When are you going to get to the point where people aren't driving then? You'd have to have it where all the cars are talking to each other.
I would
all
say
the
in the
trucks
next
are talking to each other.
15, 20 years at that point. Because they're still working on like...
I would say longer. You would have to have the whole generation. Because I like driving.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We like driving. I think the generation after us like is so enamored by automation and technology that they're fine with not even driving, but like we aren't. So I think they have to wait until we die.
Pretty much. I would think so.
At least get to that point.
Well, then even too, it's like,
well, what's going to happen to people once AI takes over?
That's why I'm saying the middle class is going to shrink, and there's literally going to have nobody, and everybody else at the top has all the money.
well, and you know too that there's an AI that's refusing to shut itself off right now, and it's already tried to like pull some sketchy crap. I think it's like with files and stuff. It's like
it's funny that there's been so many movies in the past about this kind of thing
Black
happening.
Mirror. Have you ever seen the Netflix series Black Mirror?
Yeah, some of them.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
There's like an episode of Black Mirror on Netflix that like
I've seen all of them.
I forget what episode it is, but there's there's one with AI where it literally takes over, and it's like the humans just don't have anything to do at this point. And so it's like then it becomes like an uproar and all this other crap, and then it ends up turning against the humans, which I can see.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, because right now, again, you have like AI that are refusing to shut off. There's even robots that they've built in the past that have like been, I guess, prototype AI, and they've talked into a different language that nobody can actually understand. Like it's not like Spanish or anything like that we know, or an old language that's
code.
dead. It's like code, and they were talking about like the extinction of humans and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, cool. So we have AI already talking about offing all the humans, and then we have it where again AI is trying to take over everything. Like you got restaurants and automobiles, you even got like just even computer games and even TikTok now.
I mean, imagine if they just said, hey, we're going to blow up all the phones and kill everybody that has a phone.
They could do that right now if they wanted to. Even Siri, I would consider as AI at this point.
That would be crazy.
Like on iPhone and whatnot. Like
Caleb's getting tired.
He's getting tired.
I've been tired.
What time is it? It's only 3:40.
Yeah, I know. I'm just...
Oh,
I yawn and it's like, oh, Caleb's tired.
Oh, yeah. We got to go to beddy bye.
we gotta go get by.
No, dude, I'm going to the gym after this.
Oh, yeah? Getting swell?
Cool.
Yeah, you going climbing?
Yeah. You aren't going with me?
Why did it sound like an insult? Yeah, you going
Or do you
climbing?
not want to go with me?
I don't know. I was going to go and upload this episode as soon as we get done with this.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Anyways,
I gotta go.
we were talking about AI.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's terrifying and and I've shown you videos on TikTok. Like they have, it sounds weird, but like they have a Bigfoot preaching the word of gospel.
Yeah, it's called Preachfoot.
Preachfoot, yeah. And then they have ones that like cooking with Bigfoot, and it's like he teaches you and shows you how to make like actual gourmet meals and stuff. Ooh. And it's like it looks real as heck. Like it's crazy on how like AI has just gotten, and it's like a new Google AI too. That's the other part, is like Google's gotten way more advanced. Like I miss when AI used to be where like you could tell it was fake and it was really bad. But nowadays,
even videos, dude.
Yeah, well, so here's an example right now. So
Videos?
yeah, there's videos and stuff.
Like the videos that are going to be fake people. Like it's going to be so hard to discern.
Because
like,
yeah,
who's real
for me,
people
it kind of
not.
already is sometimes.
Yeah,
on
like
the
I'm like,
news.
is this real or not?
Right, like because on the news too, you can manipulate the crap out of something. Like they can make Trump look like a bad guy, and they can make like Biden a hero, or vice versa. You know what I mean? They could make anybody make anything, and even
That's how I think that
Do you
the world ends, is they're going to come up with some fake catastrophe with AI and people are just going to go crazy.
You see, they're trying to push another variant of COVID again, and like some other crap that's happened. They said the plague is coming back. Like there was like 5 people that already died in like where was it? It was somewhere in the United States, but Jersey, I think.
What?
It's like
I have a friend in New Jersey, so
there's like 5 people that died of what
Not
they're not
anymore.
even
It was his
saying
birthday.
what kind of plague it is. They're not saying the Black Plague or whatever. They're just calling it. They died of a plague, and it's like cool. Usually, a plague means that like a lot of people, not just 5, but a lot of people have died from this and have like COVID. When that was a thing, like apparently the hospitals were all full and everything like that. But then you get videos of some hospitals and they have like nobody in there. And it's like, was COVID really that bad? Because I mean,
I hope plagues don't take us out as
I mean,
a human race.
at this point,
that'd be
I'd
pretty terrible.
a zombie apocalypse is in order.
Do you think we're gonna recognize though that? Do you think we're gonna recognize that that AI is like taking over and we're just gonna stop using it?
I think yes and no. Depends on the
Yes and
person.
no.
Because there could be some
No,
people that
because there's other countries that won't stop. Like if we, like I'm pretty sure a lot of people in America want to stop AI,
yeah.
but China and Russia are going to be like, no.
Well, what if they keep on researching AI and keep on researching stuff. But like as far as like our phones and like other technology stuff, we just stopped doing because we realize it's changing us. That
You
makes
really
sense.
think that's going to happen? They're going to get rid of phones and AI? I don't. No, I don't think that they're going to do that.
No.
I think they're going to keep going.
They have to, because at this point, like AI, they said, oh, it's done all these helpful things. Like it's discovered how to do X, Y, and Z, whatever. And then they're not really pointing out all the bad stuff. Like my news source, as dumb as it sounds, is like TikTok and like some other stuff, because you don't hear about it on Fox News.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's like
you don't hear them talking. Do you hear them talking about AI at all?
No.
Does it ever? I don't really watch it.
like
I watch Newsmax, and they don't actually really talk about it either.
no
Technology stuff, but
Daily Mail and
that's not really
else.
news,
No.
though. I don't know if it's well. It is news, but
What,
it's
you
not.
don't think AI is news?
I think it's news, but it's not like
It's not
Trump is
breaking.
like news.
Yeah, it's not like
more
breaking
government
news.
stuff is
Yeah.
more news than
Yeah.
like AI itself is kind of off left field. Left field.
Yeah,
over here.
but I mean, I think a lot of people know that AI is bad, but they can't stop because
Nobody's going to
it's kind of like the nuclear bomb.
yeah.
Like we don't want to have nuclear weapons, but we're not going to get rid of them, because if we get rid of them and then Russia's the only country with nuclear bombs.
Yeah, but
it's the same
there's
idea.
some AI that like, hey, it makes our life better. Like all this automation that I was talking about. You could not do that, and it wouldn't affect China.
Mm-hmm.
Like same thing with our phone. Like that doesn't really affect us with
Well, it
China.
depends, because China might be able to do automation faster and manufacturing faster than us.
But then you also have it
Yeah,
too.
but they're still doing it. Like the government is still doing that behind the veil. Where
if you do think about it too, think about how terrifying AI can be. Is what happens if like the government's really trusting with this AI, and like they got nuclear weapons that are just on a computer that are one button press away or one program away from launching, and if they decide to go with this whole blow up the earth thing.
No, I'm saying they're still defending that stuff, and they have they're still making drones, making better things for the military or like defense wise, but they're not like our phone isn't. I don't know. Like we stopped making like TikTok and Facebook and all that. We just stop doing that. We'd just go back, revert back to 1995.
Well, did you see how it was like when TikTok was like shut down permanently, and like people were Ben and Jerry's, the ice
Imagine
cream,
if they just
let them march.
just shut it. Yeah, just shut it down. Just figure it out.
Like,
you
don't-
people have to figure it out. Sorry.
Yeah, like
We're shutting down Facebook. We're shutting down Meta.
so you think
we're
that
shutting
social
down
media
everything.
should be shut down?
Yeah.
I think it's ruined a lot
I
of stuff
think
for
so.
sure.
Yeah, I think we would survive without it. I
Yeah.
think it'd be like at first
I think we would
it'd be like,
survive,
oh,
but at
but
the
then,
first month would be like not good.
I'll tell you what,
Almost,
dating
Yeah.
would
I
probably be
almost
a
said
lot easier.
H word, but yeah.
I think the first month would be that, but then when people start going back to talking to each
Yeah.
other and forming real relationships and not
Well,
seeing
text and call is still there, but
yeah,
At
but
the same
you,
time, like you're not like on Bumble or Tinder or anything like that, like just swiping through pictures. Like you're gonna
Yeah,
have to
take
get
that
to know
out, too.
somebody.
maybe Google.
hey, speaking of dating apps, do you think dating apps are ruining dating?
Yeah.
That's something we didn't talk about on the last episode with Andy, but now you're here.
Yeah.
We can get some classic
Oh
dating.
wait, you did or you didn't?
Did not.
did
We
not.
were going
Oh,
to,
okay.
but then
Did you
not.
listen to that episode at all?
I did not.
Stupid.
I just listened to our last flannel, which was in
Our last
February.
flannel.
So
Dude, you are
I am
so behind.
I am 200. I looked the other day. I'm 200 podcasts behind.
This guy.
Relevant. Yep,
This podcast should be your number one. I can't believe you.
I know.
Get out.
I listen to 7 podcasts, so I know.
Dang.
Do you
I
listen
can't
to
keep up.
Do you listen to all of Joe Rogan's? Or do
No,
you
there's
just
certain
choose-
ones I don't.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the fighting ones I don't listen
Okay,
to because I
besides
think they're just dumb.
Yeah,
but,
besides the fighting ones, do you listen to all the other ones?
yeah, except for sometimes who's that guy? Is it Duncan Trussell?
Yeah,
I think I just
Duncan.
don't like the guys that when he dresses up and stuff.
Yeah, that's Duncan.
yeah,
Trussell.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
like that guy either. I don't know why.
I don't even listen to it anymore.
Nice. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Dating.
Yeah,
Online
so dating apps. Do you guys think that online dating apps have made your dating experience better, worse, or stay the same?
Worse.
They're bad for men. They're good for women.
I mean, you can kind of argue
Are
with.
you going to back that claim up?
Yeah, because I think so.
It was the way he looked at you. You got to back that up.
So for men, I think it just downgrades you because like you don't get any dates as a guy.
Yeah, I mean, I have. But.
I mean, 1 to 2% of people that you hit up are probably girls that you, at least I'm talking guys to girls and girls to guys, as far as that's concerned.
Why do you keep looking at the camera?
Yeah, what was?
So I think that the amount you have to put out to even like get on a date, let alone actually get to a relationship.
Yeah.
Where girls, I feel like, dude, they could get on there, and I think within 10 they could probably get one date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that a fair assessment?
I'll say as well, for me, like I hear that these guys can't get dates, but I've always gotten dates on the online dating apps. And the way that I do it is
Yeah, but look at you.
You're beautiful.
No, I'm not. Dude. I am not in the 10%.
I mean, look at you, look at me, okay?
Bro, look at me. I could lift my shirt and do the truffle shuffle right now. And
Dude, he actually has, well, not quite yet.
Not
but
as big.
anyways.
Yeah, you are talking to a gal.
Yeah, you're talking
Kind
about,
of.
so you're almost there.
I'll say though, before like what works and nobody listens, as I say, all you have to do is the first message, hey, we should go out.
Oh, I agree, but guys don't do that.
Yeah, so it's
Most guys don't do that.
kind of their fault too. They just like talk and be like, "Oh my gosh, that's so funny!
Yeah, I've done
really
that a
like
lot.
your profile. It's so
Why
funny."
do you
I
sound
can-
like
I can
Trump?
agree.
I really
I've
like
done
your
that.
profile.
I've done that
to
on-
do with China.
I've done that on dating apps where you just talk back and forth for like a day, 2 days, and then
they
you're like,
ghost you.
oh, yep, and then that's over.
Yeah. Whereas
they get
if
bored.
you just get straight to the point and set the date, usually you'll be able to go on it.
Yeah.
But I will say, like, the amount of matches I get are low.
Yeah.
And the matches that I do get are generally low quality.
I have a question.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to call them ugly because that's mean.
Uh-oh.
What does this
he
go
messed,
to?
He messed up
I just
something.
noticed that there's a cord dangling. I don't know.
That
what
is
it's
to my pedal board, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I just felt a cord that I was playing with because I thought it was this for a second, and I was like, oh, this is unplugged.
Yep, it
But-
was unplugged. But we can all hear each other, and this is still going.
this is
so-
still going.
Anyway, so that's how I back up that.
Yeah.
And I've heard that on, I mean, I just watch a lot of relationship reels. So, I mean, that's kind of just from that.
I agree, because even though I've gone on dates, like I said, I don't get a lot of matches. It's
Yeah.
maybe like a couple a day, whereas women they can't even pick who to go on a date with because they have so many matches.
right.
Yeah.
And guys hitting them up.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, it is the female that makes the decision of whether it's worth it or not to go out with that person. At the end of the
Yeah.
day,
Well, there's been times
To
where
be
I've
honest,
canceled,
if
so.
girls could
I
get
feel like
married,
it's more rare for a guy, though.
Yeah,
to
it is
cancel.
more rare.
I think girls could probably get married a lot easier if
they
they chose like middle the line guys.
Yeah, if they
Do you
didn't have
agree?
such
Because-
high
us,
standards,
like us, right?
I
Like-
mean,
like dirt poor men.
like Caleb.
Stop.
We're below Caleb.
Stop
that's
selling
what I'm
yourself
saying.
so short.
you got to
Anyways.
have that confidence boost, bro.
Yeah. You have zero confidence sitting on the other side of this table.
I'm saying
below
like
you.
6 to 8 range. I don't know.
You
I
don't
might
think,
fall in
You
that.
don't think you're at least a 6?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I know
This guy-
Stefan. I know Stefan thinks he's at least a 7, right?
I would say at least a 7.
There you go.
Or actually, right now, since I've
Wait,
got,
you'd say you're a 7,
I would say I'm a 7.
or you'd say I'm a 7.
I mean, I would say you're like a -7, but like, no, I would say from like just like from a guy's perspective of like how I know you and stuff from the interactions that we have, I would say like you're a solid like 7 or 8 if I'm honest with you.
Oh,
yeah, I put myself in the same category.
Yeah,
Oh.
like I'm not. Nobody's a perfect 10 out of 10 or anything like that, but like,
dude,
so-
no,
no, I-
10 is like
Rosie,
that's like very
Zac
hard.
Efron before
Yeah.
he got all that surgery.
Right.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth, solid 10.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be like
Terry
Jack
Crews.
Shepard.
Yeah, Terry Crews. The guys that you like, there's like influencers who just have like that jawline. Like that
Yeah.
would be a 10.
But anyways, I think girls like really go for that top 10
They do, and then they
guy
end up-
way
Yeah,
too much.
They see the guys on
compared
Instagram, and those are like Instagram is only showing us like what the top 1% of influencers who are
Yeah.
like the best looking, have the best quality.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they do go for those ones, and like those guys have a bunch of options too.
Yeah.
So like all these girls are going for them.
To be honest, sometimes I don't even like the ones that are like really beautiful, like the top like 9, 10s, just because I don't know. I just don't think that I would go out with them. So I like go for
it's
the
almost
like
they're
the
too
6
good
to
looking.
8.
They look fake.
Like you just
It's
like
it's intimidating.
And yeah,
It's
maybe
not-
it is.
it's not
a little bit.
intimidating
I would
for
say it
me.
is.
I think-
a little bit. But
Bro, if I had a
Really?
girl that was like a 10 out of 10 looking at me and everything like that, and I'm just like,
more
why do
like,
I look like Chris I'm not putting myself down intentionally, but like I just like I'm a Chris Farley compared to like this Marilyn Monroe, you know?
Chris Farley?
If a quote unquote 10 out of 10 girl was looking at me and wanted to go on a date, I would go out and I wouldn't be
More
that
like
intimidated.
I just assume that they've been out with a lot of guys, so I wouldn't like them.
You mean as in like having sex with
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. I just assume that they've been with a lot of guys and they're
Wow.
I mean,
That's-
is that
very-
shallow?
that's very
I
direct.
That's
don't
a
know.
pretty judgmental statement there, Ethan.
Yeah. But
Like,
is
oh,
it
hi, beautiful.
but is it
You must have slept with 50 guys. Sorry.
is it possible that it's true?
Yeah.
It's possible that it's true.
But it's also possible that you could get
Is
a
it
0
pretty
out of 10
high
that's
a
also slept with
possibility
bunch of
that
guys,
it's
too.
true?
There's
I would say it's a pretty high
there's also a
possibility
high
it's
possibility that whales have slept with a lot of guys too.
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Because there's that
I
There's
mean,
like a
we're
thing
talking
where-
very worldly.
yeah, it is talking very worldly, but it's also it is.
It is
but,
worldly.
Yeah. But it also is true.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't really know unless you go on a date, I guess.
Yeah.
And you got to find that out. Sometimes that can take some time to figure out, though, too.
Yeah, because when do you ask that?
Yeah, do you ask first thing? So how many guys have you?
But the problem too is even though it's like worldly, there has been like girls in church who've also slept with a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Church
And
girls
vice
are a
versa,
different
too.
breed.
Yes.
They're
We
all-
talked about that on
Yeah.
the last episode. So
They're-
we don't need to get too into it, but
They're
Yeah.
a different
we
breed.
could also go down like what you think of that. And vice versa. There's also been a lot of guys at church too who have also slept with a lot of girls. So it's
Yeah.
like, I guess you could say it's worldly thinking, but at the same time, it's like it's happening in the majority of churches too. They're just not really like, they're not wearing their body count on their sleeve.
Right.
Like they do
Right.
on like the whatever podcast or whatever it's called,
Mhm.
Right.
where they're like almost bragging about it, but women in church are keeping it on the down low.
Because they have to have that moral of I'm a good Christian woman and I'm saving myself for marriage kind of thing, or for the right one at the very least.
Yeah,
But
but if they're
also-
keeping it on the down low,
Yeah, I'm
and
not
then they
saying it's
find
right.
out later,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
here's
you're
the
kind
thing.
of then lying to them,
You
which is
are.
also a sin.
You are
Right.
but like, are you gonna? Because you can argue the same thing with like a guy and a girl perspective on even like sex at that point that we kind of talked about. Just to touch base on that is like you could have a girl that sleeps with like 50 guys, but like she's probably the most loyal girl out there, and the guys are players. And same thing with a guy. You can meet a guy that's like slept with 50 women, but he could be like the most loyal guy too out there. But then you get a girl that's virgin and you're like, I don't want to touch that because she's virgin, she's unexperienced. But a girl will also do the same thing to a guy. Oh, he hasn't gotten any, so I'm not going to go with that.
I think the assessment is wrong, but
I
I'm not trying to be like
well, I'll say this much.
mean
I
towards
think-
you. I think it's
Kylie, my first ex, did not want to originally date me because she found out that I was virgin.
Yeah, but that would,
Yes,
wouldn't
but
you
that's
call
girl
that
to guy.
Wouldn't you call that a worldly relationship?
Maybe nowadays, now that I think about it more, yeah.
You're going to tell me that it was a Christian
No,
church-filled
heck no.
relationship? Exactly.
No, I'm not saying that.
wait. Yes, I agree with you. Okay, I agree with half your statement.
Yeah.
That girl to guy, it is way more valuable that you actually had sex with like at least 5 women.
Right.
I don't know why that is.
Yeah,
but
you're not
the opposite.
You're not arguing for what should be. You're arguing for what is, right?
Huh?
You're not arguing for what should be. You're arguing for what is. So, like,
Right.
women shouldn't think that way, but they do.
Yeah, I'm saying
Same thing
yeah,
with
they
guys,
do.
too.
But
Well, no,
with
because-
guys, no. Because
guys
guys,
don't-
it's more valuable for them to be a virgin. Way more.
A guy to be virgin?
No,
or
a girl to be
woman.
virgin.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like even if like, again, that's where my statement comes in is like, if you've even slept with like, if you're a girl and you slept with two guys at that point or whatever, because you went into a relationship, you thought it was like the same kind of thing. It was a great one. And then you meet another guy who, yeah, maybe he slept with a couple and then he finds out that she's only slept with like two people. Like he's going to be like, okay, yeah, she's experienced, but I'm not 100% sure. Or he's going to be like, no, she's already used up, at that point. But the virgin thing too is like some guys are very picky and they're just like, you don't know what you're doing. I dated a virgin. And
most guys don't care if they have zero experience.
Well, I know that because they're not thinking with the right head at that point. They're thinking with another head too. It's not just like one head versus the other. It's both. They're thinking with that. They're thinking with that.
Like as cringe as it sounds, I have yet to meet a guy that did not want a virgin woman.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is like, women don't judge men the same way that men judge women.
Yeah.
So men will judge women based on how many people they've slept with.
Yeah.
And look at it as a downside. Whereas women look at how many men or how many women the guy has slept with, but look at it as an upside.
I got
okay.
Because primal brain thinking with women are like, okay, he's slept with a lot of women. So
he must be a player. He must be
have
like
something.
He must have something that I want.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that's the way that it should be. I'm just saying what is. So I'm not arguing that should be correct. I'm just saying that is correct because that's how.
Yeah. And then if it's reversed, the guy is like a virgin and the girl has slept with like, let's just say even 5. Mm-hmm. He looks at her kind of like, well,
she's a hoe.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of a throwaway trash bag. I don't know. Like that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm saying
you're not.
I'm just saying
that you're arguing for what it is. You're not arguing for what should be. Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, that's just how it goes.
Now, if you get over 200, that's crazy.
Yeah, but even too, there are some guys, I don't know if this really goes in for it too, but like there are some guys, I don't know how they are, but like I've been with a girl that's had a kid. Like, so what do you think about that wise? Like if you've already had a kid kind of thing, like, cause that also has a factor, I feel like, to a degree.
I don't know. I feel like the church is always trying to push like, oh, you got to love her anyway as a single mom. It's like, no, I don't.
No. Same thing with like how
I would run, to be honest.
If a girl had a kid,
I don't want to be put in that position because think about it from the kid's perspective.
Stepdaddy Ethan, you wouldn't want
exactly
that?
Stepdad.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the kid has 2 dads.
Well,
it's
awkward.
I don't want to get into that. So I don't know. It's so hard.
I would want to know in depth, like the divorce story. Like, why did you get a divorce? How long has it been? And even after that, it's like, I still don't really want to take on someone else's kid.
Yeah. It's so much harder.
Yeah. It's just harder.
Mm-hmm.
Because that kid's got to get accustomed to you. And it can happen over years, but
yeah,
it's not an easy.
The former dad could be a jerk.
Yeah.
Could be psycho.
But then that would be your time, though, to like step in and be like, hey,
he wants to kill you or something.
Yeah, like what if he wants to kill you?
I'll tell you this much. I will say from experience, I almost did date a girl. Her name was Elizabeth, and she was in, where was it? What state was she in? I don't know. It was like probably a 4-hour, 5-hour difference or whatever. And she had 2 kids. One was like my nephew's age and then my niece's age, like toddler, whatever at the time. And so I was like, honestly, I don't have kids of my own, but I have a niece and nephew. So, I mean, like, as long as they're cool and they'd be all right with that, like, eventually me and them seeing each other and this works out, then cool. And then as soon as we were about to meet and I was going to go meet halfway with her,
she had her kid with you?
No, she told me that her ex-husband that she was in the process of divorcing at that time, which she failed to mention, was very.
That's another thing that people do that's incorrect and don't tell you fast enough.
Wait till you're fully divorced and then do it. But that was the thing is like she told me that like he's very protective of her still, even though he cheated on her and is getting married to another girl. He doesn't want anybody touching his ex-wife, and it's like that's not how the real world works.
See, it's just messy,
right? And so it's like, and then at that point, I told her, I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that. Like, I appreciate you for telling me eventually, but at the same time, if you would have told me at the beginning, like, I still would have probably been friends with you. Something like that.
Maybe if it was like 2 years after a divorce.
Yeah.
Maybe the
I would
guy's
say 2
like
years
pretty
would be
far
like-
out of the way, and then
Yeah, but
the
the problem
child
is
maybe 6. I
people
don't know.
get divorced and then they're like used to that married life, so they're trying to fill that void right away.
Yeah, it's rebound at that.
True.
And I think that's why the Bible is so strict on divorce, is because like look at how messy they always are.
Yeah.
Even like before, during, and after the divorce, it's like there's a reason why he says to stay together.
Yeah.
I think. Obviously, there are circumstances where it's justified.
What if instead of divorce, we didn't have divorce anymore?
we just killed him?
Yes. And one of the person had to die. Like, imagine if it was like that.
Whoever makes the lowest income.
Whoever has more speeding tickets.
Yeah, whoever. Yeah,
You go to court for a death sentence.
that's crazy.
You go to court and you say which one is
Well,
the
you know what?
worst. You have the most information about the other
I bet
person.
women would
You
still
just
get
try
the
to-
divorce.
Hold on.
You think?
Yeah, I think they'd be like,
I don't know. There's some jerk women out there that you
There
could
are,
get
but they
a
still
lot of
get-
information if you want, if you try.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I think it's all not brought to the court
Those-
because guys want to protect them and they have that protective instinct and they just
Yeah, but
don't
those-
want to record like all of that.
But those jerk women also get alimony, they get custody of the kids, and they get
Yeah.
like a bunch of other benefits that the guys don't. It is
Yeah,
rare.
because I think the guys aren't bringing the information to the court.
Right, but the guy can have all the proof he wants, and the court's still going to side with the woman because she's a woman.
divorce courts usually
Is it
side
really
with
that
the women.
bad?
Yeah, it's really that bad.
Yeah. Why do you think most divorces are caused by
Why-
the women?
why do you
because
think
they know
the-
they're going to get the most out of
Why
it.
do you think the marriage rate is going down?
Because of that.
Because
Because of that? Do
Because
you think
people
it
don't
goes
want to
because
get
of that?
divorced.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, so
guy-
there's less divorces in America now because there's less marriages happening.
there would be a guy. There are guys
It's a
out there
bad
that like they know that their wife is cheating on them. And
It is what's happening,
Instead of
though.
getting,
I know it's a true statistic.
there's
but-
like guys that know that their wife is cheating on them and whatnot. And they've been married for like maybe 20, 30 years. And they're like, I'm not going to get a divorce. So I'm just going to let her do it, even though I know, and I'm just going to pretend like everything's fine.
I couldn't do that though.
No, I wouldn't be able to either. I would
I'd
rather get a
divorce.
maybe
divorce and deal
what
with
if it wasn't a court thing where they're just like, well, they fought and one died.
Like we get to go in the boxing ring and spar with each other.
Yeah, or something. I don't know.
That'd be fun.
No, but
You
that's
just get to kill your spouse if they're
But-
freaking crazy.
you know in
I don't know.
like traditional other places like Africa, for example, like if your husband or wife, I think it's if the husband dies, the wife is supposed to be. I don't know if they do it anymore, but it was something that I learned a while ago. But basically, it's a tradition in tribes
You
and
marry
whatnot.
you marry the brother.
No, you
Oh.
you
That's actually
as the
biblical, but-
woman, if your husband dies or something happens wise, you're supposed to like they float his body on fire in a casket, and you're supposed you either choose you get was it exiled from the tribe that you're in if you don't choose to burn alive with your husband in the casket, regardless of how old or young you are.
Why'd you bring that up?
That's crazy.
Well, because of the whole thing where it's just like, you know, how it seems like it
Are
was
you saying
well,
you want that to happen here?
it made more sense in the context way earlier before we went into like
Oh,
how the
'cause-
women get more like benefits after a divorce.
Yeah, it sounds
kind of
like they
thing.
don't really get the benefits in that.
No,
sense.
not in that, but like there's different
it's
parts of the world
because of
where
dedication towards the other person.
there
essentially.
was it would there was
Yeah.
something we were talking about earlier where it made way more sense before now.
That's okay. I do that all the time. I talk
Yeah.
about stuff like
But-
way past.
But like that's how messed up that area is, and it's like I don't feel like that's fair to the women, just like it's not fair to the men in this case. For why does the women automatically get the right to have the kids or alimony or everything else?
Dude, I would be so angry.
I would too. Like if I was a good husband and like father and whatnot, and then I found out like if I got divorced and my wife was getting like half the house and she was getting like half my income and I was gonna have to pay child support on top of that, like but I was the one that watched the kids all day after I got out of work and she just went home and partied and did whatever. And it was proven, like the court's still gonna find it in her favor because she's a woman.
I think they're making it harder though to get 100% custody.
Hopefully.
I would
I
hope
think
so.
it's more like a 50-50, like 3 and 4, 3 days and 4 days.
They
Obviously,
just-
they can't split it
well right
exactly
now
middle, but
with my brother being divorced, he's obviously taking care of his kids full time and still worked full time. And the wife has not, or the ex-wife, she just hasn't really done. I mean, she does still take her kids every now and again, but she doesn't do anything full time with them.
Yeah.
And I don't think she wanted to, if I'm honest with you. So I don't know 100%.
Well,
but
it's sad. Yeah.
But that's just what I go off with, what I see visually. So I know that she loves her kids and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like you're not wanting to take care of them full time or help contribute to the family at that point to that extent of full time. So my brother said he could go for child support if he wanted to, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at that point, I feel
maybe
like
he should.
I don't feel like
he should.
Yeah, he should.
I think in his case currently right now he should, because he could be getting more income coming in the house and not,
I don't get how they made this rule of like, if you're the full-time worker, that all of a sudden, since you're the breadwinner, the other person
you have to pay for it.
Yeah, you have to pay for it, but then also they get the kids. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Be like, wait, I support this, so I get no benefit, zero benefit,
right?
Zero.
Well, because that's what happened with my dad when my parents got divorced too. Is like my dad had to pay child support up until we were 18 years old, and it's like he had to work like 2-3 jobs just to be able to do that. And it's just like we only saw him like 2 days a week, and that was on Saturday and Sunday, and that was every other Saturday and Sunday too.
Yeah.
So twice a month we got to see our dad, pretty much, if you're just counting the 2 days as one whole thing.
I think it's also sad, like when women want the kids, but then they just go out and party. So it's like you ruined actually like 3 lives. You ruined the husbands, and then you ruined also the kids because they're not getting taken care of.
And hers, technically, at that point.
And you're ruining and yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's so.
And everyone around you has to hear about your ex-husband 24/7.
That is.
He's such a jerk. You're like, people that say that, I'm just like, you should really look in a mirror.
Yeah, he's such a.
Yeah. But why do you think women are always filing for divorce? Because they say
They're never happy.
70% of women in a relationship have a backup plan, and 50% of them who are married have a backup plan, like a guy. They know.
Because they definitely aren't loyal, I guess. That's what it sounds like.
I feel like.
that sounds like a loyalty
Do you think there's any
problem.
accountability on the guy's part?
Yes,
Like,
to a degree.
Let's go down that route. Because I think like a lot of women, even women, because like guys always complain like women only want the rich guys, but then they're cheating on the rich guys with like some hot dude who might not have that much money.
Right.
So I think like a lot of times guys, when they're like obsessed with something like football, like they have their man cave or whatever, and they put that first, or they're always watching TV. Like they come to a point where like the guy gets too complacent in life, and I think the women kind of start to fall out of love with him.
Well, yeah, because
if
you're just sitting there not doing. Here's the thing. I would say it's fair at one point. If you've had multiple talks with the husband about like, hey, you're watching too much TV, you're not spending time with me or just me and the kids, depending on what their situation is with their family, and he still refuses to do it and he's just on the TV again, then yeah, I would say at that point, fair game is fair game, because he's not putting in the effort to like try to help fix not only himself but the family at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, he chose that commitment with, you may kiss the bride till death do us part kind of thing. You're not contributing to the marriage or anything like that. So if you're not going to try when it's been talked to you on multiple occasions, then then game is game at that point.
It all
but
comes...
if you don't talk about it and you're just cheating or doing whatever at that point, then that's not fair game at that point, because then later on after you're like, well, I found out that you're cheating.
I don't
Why
think
is
cheating
that?
is ever fair game.
It's not, but
maybe leaving, like breaking up or
cheating is never fair game.
I mean, I would say cheating in the event that it's like a domestic violence issue at that point, and then that way you can just kind of get out the door. If you found somebody better,
one wrong
at that
doesn't
point.
equal another wrong, though. Like ever.
I know, but it's like there's certain gray.
You get out of the
lines for me
door
where I'm
first, and then you go and have a relationship with somebody else.
I think
I don't know why we do. I don't even know how that's like
my mindset. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I know we're talking about marriage, but my mindset, I think it just went to like if you're dating at that
then
point,
break up with them. It's even easier.
Yeah, that's true. You could just literally like end it right there and there,
true.
and then go out with somebody else.
Especially because there's no
people that
legal
have
process.
they're dating 2 people at the same time. How do you do that?
I hate that. I'm like, I don't get how people date multiple people at once and then come up with like, oh, I actually like this guy, like The Bachelor. Like there's 7 women. I know it's I know it's fake, but it's like, you have like 12 women that you're seeing all at once, and it's like that is too confusing for me. Like, because you get a different vibe off each woman, and then it's like even with The Bachelorette, you got like 12 guys, and you're trying to get a vibe off them, and it's like That's just weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's player attitude right there, 100%. Like for me, I'm only focused
why do you
on
think
one
they
girl.
never make it?
Exactly.
But to answer your question,
Finally.
to answer your question, I agree with what Stefan said. It's like it's all back to communication because you can have that on either side, either the guy side, like literally doing nothing for the relationship, or you can have the woman that's like, oh, I'm just sitting here at Amazon and ordering stuff, doing nothing, you know.
Yeah, I'm just talking from the point of
working.
view that like more times the woman is cheating, more times the woman is filing for divorce. And I think it's because the men are doing stupid stuff like watching TV and they're not spending quality time with her. And then the time that they are spending, they're like on their phones. Both parties could be on their phones.
Yeah,
Especially
but that's also women thinking that they're communicating with their man, but they're communicating either wrongly or they're not communicating.
What do you mean?
Either they're communicating not how a guy would like listen to them, like in that way, which I think is a lot of the problem,
or they're not,
or they're just not communicating. Oh, he should read my mind. What does that sound like?
Yeah,
that sounds like you're not communicating at all to him.
That's
you should know. I need.
Yeah, but
you
should kind of figure out how women work because women do work differently than men do emotionally. Like they're not going to come out right and tell you exactly what the problem is. You kind of have to like talk to them.
But why is it a game every time?
Because they're run by emotions. And when you start to understand that, you're like, oh, okay.
If I want to play a game, I'm going to go play Mario Odyssey on my Switch. I'm not going to like play a game with like trying to read the room.
If you want a woman to be a woman, you got to expect her to work emotionally different.
Yeah. Like
so
I agree. Guys need to like understand women, but women also have to understand guys.
Because
I feel like there's not a balance there.
Well, if you like work on trying to understand them, like if you pay attention to things, like when a woman is mad at you for not taking out the garbage, usually she's not actually mad about you not taking out the garbage. It could be that you were off running to work and you forgot to say I love you. And she doesn't know how to like say that outright because she's a woman. They just operate differently. And
so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, relationships aren't easy.
I know, but like guys are so much more simple minded. Like we're just going to tell you how it is. And it's like, that's what we want.
Yeah. But I think women have to be more led by their emotions because it really lets them be empathetic, especially when dealing with children.
Yeah.
And that's where that comes from.
I agree.
The empathy that I've felt from all the women that I've been with has not been
okay.
great.
I didn't say women, all women.
Not all women.
I didn't say that every woman.
Woman that you date doesn't have that. So
no.
Just kidding.
I'm just saying too, it's like I get where you're coming from with it, but it's like the whole empathy thing, like again, I know not all women are non-empathetic, but like the encounters that I personally had through my years of dating, they just don't care. And it's like, okay, like again, with my ex-fiance, when we were about to get married, communication was a huge thing that we talked about. And I said, I want you to communicate. If you're mad at me, I want you to tell me why you're mad at me directly. I don't want you to sit here and beat around the bush or like be like, and then just like swallow your phone.
Also, you have to be honest. Were you the best version of a masculine man that you were when you were with her?
I tried to be, for sure. And I know, and here's the thing, is she did actually follow that whole communication thing. She was honest about if I did something that like upset her, like there was one time where I told her I'd call her after I got out of work so we could hang out. And I ended up passing out on the couch or whatever. And then she called me because she didn't hear from me. And then I called her back and it was like 8:00 at night. And I was like, I'm sorry. Like I literally passed out and I should have called you right away, even if I would have crashed on your couch. You know, she goes, well, I was really looking forward to seeing you tonight and you kind of disappointed me. And I was like, I messed up. Like, I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do to make it up for you at that point? Communication is just huge in any kind of thing. Friendships, relationships, everything.
Well, it sounds like she communicated with you, doesn't it?
She did.
So it doesn't, like, where's the lack of empathy?
No, the empathy is, I mean, I'm giving her the empathy and I'm like, is there anything I can do? What can I do to help? You know, that kind of thing. And then even with her, like, she's like, I get it. Like, you worked like a 12-hour shift kind of thing, you know? Because I did. I worked from like 3 a.m. until like...
It sounds like in that instance, she was being kind of empathetic.
Yeah, she was. But it was, again, with how we had to talk about communication, I'd rather you tell me instead of just like, if you didn't call me and then didn't respond to my, phone call that I tried to call back to you. And then you waited a week until we next hung out and then been like, well, you remember last week? Like some women will do that crap too. They'll hold yours from like 40 years ago. And it's just like, well, yeah, for some reason it wasn't you that did it, but 40 years ago, like somebody got hit. And so that's your fault.
Yeah. I mean, if you make yourself like a mountain of a man, and I don't mean like big and burly, I mean somebody who's just not swayed that easily.
Right.
Then women and stuff like that don't really bother you. It just kind of like rolls off your shoulder and you're like, whatever. You kind of play around with it a little bit and you just have fun with it. That's what I think the solution is.
Yeah.
You still have like a backbone and you stand up for yourself in situations, but
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I was waiting for it.
I think also like why divorce happened. What?
we're just,
What did I miss?
we're laughing at your response.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
funny. Yeah, it was just like
sorry.
it was like the pause and
Yes,
the short
the
response.
pause.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I was kind of thinking about something else. That's why.
yeah, that's fine.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
just don't
well,
listen- don't
on the
listen to
same,
me,
no,
whatever.
on
Yeah,
the
I'll just sit in
same
this
on the
corner.
same note, I think what happens with divorce rate, why it's so high, is because I think love kind of falls off. Like, I think a lot of divorces happen at the 2 to 5 year mark
Mm-hmm.
because love kind of falls off. You kind of have that, like, that fresh love. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
it's-
great,
it's the
and then it
honeymoon
kind of
phase.
just, it's like the
Honeymoon
honeymoon
phase.
phase runs out.
Yeah,
And then,
That's where you gotta
real
spice it
life
up.
hits, and I think a lot of people can't handle it. And you know what? Scientists have found out that, like, hey, people that actually have like religion and like structure to their background actually stay together more often than people that don't, which is kind of crazy.
yeah, but it still happens. I would say frequently within the church.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's.
I don't
as
think
much.
it's as. I wonder if you did a stat on that, how much different it would
Yeah,
be.
but-
I think it's like probably what 50%. I would say 80% of the divorces are outside the church, and 20% in the church.
I'll just say for me,
Like
dating.
that's what I would think that the numbers would be.
Okay,
but-
then in that, if that's true, then why are people like you and I who attend church regularly having such a hard time even finding somebody to date? You're staring at me.
yeah, I don't know. That's because I'm thinking about the question.
Well, and then for me
I
too,
know,
it's
I
like
just
I've
messing
dated
around.
two Christian girls that go to church, and it's like they both are like we didn't stay together clearly because they all decided to go their own separate route and went totally against what the whole point of like at least
Yeah.
being together is, you know?
Because I would say like dating women in the church has been awful for me.
Yeah, you'd be better off finding somebody on Tinder than going to like a church.
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
go.
You know what I mean, though. It's not like literally finding somebody better
Yeah,
on Tinder, but
yeah,
it's
I
like
get what you're saying.
you literally can find somebody better anywhere else.
I think there's a lot of factors that factor into why. Like one of them being, I'm just a weird guy.
Yeah, but weird is better sometimes.
Yeah, weird is better.
Like, and I
sometimes.
like being alone, and I don't really care.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I don't know, me personally, is just like, I
mean,
don't
I-
go out of my way to even talk to girls.
yeah, neither do I.
So like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to even judge anybody except for maybe myself
Yeah.
in that way? I mean, there's so many variables there. Because like, depending on the woman, like, maybe
just-
she's going around doing stupid stuff and not even following what God's plan
Yeah,
is
that's-
for her
that's where I
either.
was kinda
And then
going,
once
is
she
like-
goes into her plan, and then she gets married. That's crazy, dude.
They'll wait till they're like 30 and then they'll be like, I'm ready to settle down.
Or why is society's pressure is still there too? Like you just
Yeah,
said,
there is.
30 years old, that society's pressure is still there, even though we're in a church. It's still like, hey, go and make money and don't be under this pressure of the hierarchy of men.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I think that the church, the majority of churches, actually I should say like the bigger churches, the ones that get all the people.
yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, well there's more than just that one is what I was getting at.
yeah, but that
Are
one
very but that one
is-
that one is I would say quite influenced by the world in a lot of aspects. Like you said, the societal pressure of
Yeah, well,
career chasing, motherhood is not being pushed, marriage isn't really being pushed in these they're not really.
where's the teaching about how to get married as a young adult in the generation that we live in.
Nowhere.
Exactly. It's not in the church.
That's
it's
what
not
I'm
in the
saying.
church.
It's not in the
There's
church.
nobody teaching it. The generations before us didn't have this thing.
Yeah.
They didn't have like some of the how many things have changed since like you know the 90s.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody has a guidebook for that.
No, you just kind of have to wing it and hope for the best
And
at that point.
the older generation doesn't have a guidebook because they're like, I don't know. Well, I just dated somebody in my hometown. I mean, both of my parents were from Sparta.
We were a high school sweethearts.
We met at church, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the phones are definitely a problem, but I also, I think that like being satisfied truly in Jesus isn't really being fully taught at a lot of churches, at least not the way that it should be.
Yeah.
Because if you're satisfied like you or I would be, like I'm not constantly on my phone looking at different women that I could possibly be with. It's like I want a real relationship. I know I said the other day that sometimes I download the dating apps, but that doesn't mean I'm not going on dates trying to find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which dating apps you can still lead you to a person that isn't a
correct.
church, so.
And even when but they can also lead you to someone who is Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
lead
okay.
you to Christian. Somebody that's in the church.
I misheard. I thought you were saying
Yeah,
the
no, you're
opposite.
good.
But yeah, I think the paradox of choice is definitely a problem because that women don't have to settle for someone in their church or someone in just their hometown, but maybe they should.
Saturation of the market.
Yeah, because there's if you think about it, and I had to train my brain this way too because I was in social media and everything. Like the reality is there always is going to be a better option.
Right.
That's just the reality. But you also have to know to be satisfied with where you're at and who you're with, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not being taught. At least not when I was going to that church.
That church.
They also push a lot of women to be leaders there. And in a lot of those bigger churches, it's like, let's promote women more to be leaders and let's do less men. And you're really like putting everybody out of what their calling are because men want to be ambitious and have that. And deep down, I do think that women want to be mothers. It just has to be with the right person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they can't chase a career. I think that they can. It's not like against God for them to work. But
yeah.
I think if we want to be happy, like men,
it's got to be done the right way.
Yeah, even in the world, it's like anti-man in general.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, that's always been that way. And that's
Just
what I'm
saying.
saying is I think like churches are slowly kind of becoming anti-men in a different way. It's just slower. Like how many jokes do we have to hear about the man being dumb in a marriage? But you're never going to hear a preacher.
Like a woman like complaining about why isn't the laundry folded and all this other crap.
Yeah, like the
Well,
pastor.
I wouldn't say that, but
You know what I mean?
The pastor's never
or just saying the woman is a blonde or she did something
Yeah,
stupid.
like because
That's just not going to happen
gonna
because
get
that's
offended and
very
butthurt about it.
offensive. Oh, that's a woman. You can't say that about them.
Right, but they'll make jokes about men constantly.
That's because they know they can take it.
Yeah, but just be brave and say something about a woman. Like, who cares? I would.
Yeah,
Bro, I tell my
because
sister
I think it is more offensive if you say a joke towards women.
I tell my
compared
sister to get
joke
back in the
towards men.
kitchen
Don't
all the
you?
time. I look at her and I said, get back in the kitchen and make me
That's
a sandwich.
crazy, dude.
But it's my sister. You know what I mean?
Don't you think it is like more offensive for a joke towards a woman than a guy?
No.
No.
Or not?
It's
Not
equal.
really.
It's equal. Because
All right.
again, it's the whole thing of like
I think if you're the guy who is constantly only making jokes about women,
Yeah, you're dumb.
Then yeah, you have like some insecurity. But an occasional kitchen joke or about the wife being dumb, like it happens. But if you're the guy that only is doing that, then I think that's a problem. But
if you were like, oh yeah, she dropped the frickin' apples in the driveway again.
yeah, what an idiot.
What an idiot. I feel like more people would be like, wow, this guy's just a jerk. Compared to saying, yeah, the guy frickin' dropped the apples in the parking lot again or driveway again.
Yeah, but
what an idiot.
I can
I
see-
think people
I
would laugh
think-
at that because they're like,
okay,
"Ah."
so is it like you're saying that the people think
yes,
it's more
the
offensive?
people think it's more offensive if you were
Okay,
to say that joke.
But you don't really care
no, I don't.
personally.
I don't personally care.
Okay, yeah,
No,
then
but
yes.
I'm saying if I was a comedian and I was in front of a crowd and I'd made those two different jokes, the one about the apple that I just said,
yeah,
I think people would get up and leave if I said it was a woman.
yeah, okay, and
Now,
that
for a guy, no, they think it's funny.
okay. Now that I know that you're saying from like an audience perspective, yes, I think that people generally think the women one is more offensive. But Matt Rife also had that joke about women, and he just owns it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but a lot of women do hate him. So,
Yeah, but who cares?
I mean, it's just a
You're
woman
gonna have
anyways.
haters
I mean,
no
what?
matter where you go.
Yeah, I mean, if you
That's
could,
true.
like what David Goggins says, if you can walk on water, they're gonna think it's because you can't swim.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have haters are always gonna say. Well, I mean, I'm just saying,
No, I get it. That is actually kind of good though.
haters are always gonna find something about you.
Yeah.
like, there's just it just is what it is.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
walk outside with the red flannel, and somebody's gonna get like, oh,
Yeah. Why is it not green?
Yeah, why isn't it green?
Yeah. So I think
I
that.
thought it was blue.
Yeah. We're gonna move on.
But well, what was the original, like, what were we originally talking about?
Women
Like
think,
women
like-
versus guys, like
in the
yeah,
it
like
was-
I think we were kind of on societal pressure on women, even within the church.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that what-
it started off on like the dating apps and how they ruin relationships, and then it just
Yeah.
kind of went to like this point where it's like,
Yeah.
can you really make fun of a woman without somebody getting offended? And the answer is no, because they'll hold a grudge for like the next 50 years about that.
yeah.
See, and
Sounds
there's a
about
joke.
right.
There's a joke
Right.
about a woman, and I think it's funny.
And there will be women that listen to this that will also agree on that because
Yeah,
they know
and-
it's true.
And then there's going to be women who get mad.
They'll think of other people. They won't think of
Right.
themselves.
Yeah, even though if generally if they're thinking of somebody else, it's probably about them.
That's actually usually what I do for a joke. Huh. I think about somebody else. Not, what? You don't think about yourself. You think about like
Somebody else.
Yeah. That happening to
but
somebody
in a
else,
way
not
too,
you.
like you also got to have fun with yourself every now and again too. Like
I never have fun with myself.
do,
Yeah,
I do
Ethan's boring.
I do jokes all the time about me because the thing is like, okay, if I'm gonna make fun of somebody else, then like I got to be able to like if I can dish it, I can take it at that point.
Yeah, but there's too many people who can dish it but can't take it.
Yeah, and I hate those people. I'm like,
I'm
don't
one
even
of
joke
them.
with me.
Oh,
at
I'm
that
one
Yeah.
of them.
Like
Oh,
I'll make
for
fun
sure.
of you for days, but as soon as you make a joke about me, I hate you.
I'm actually not
Kidding.
joking. I probably am one of those.
Really?
Actually, I just don't dish
Get
it.
out.
I just don't dish it. I don't dish it and I don't
Yeah.
receive it. So.
Yeah, and that's
Or
the
I'm
thing.
not
Is,
Well,
good at
if you don't
receiving
if
it.
you don't dish it, then
what I
you
mean.
don't have to take it.
right at that
Right.
point, you have a
then
right.
that
if
guy's
some-
just a jerk.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
somebody like says something like, "Wow, your shirt looks stupid," and then you're like, "Okay, well, I didn't make fun of you for your crap, so don't be making fun of me of mine." At that,
Yeah, you're
point.
able to do that.
Yeah,
But if you
Yeah.
say, "Hey, Caleb, your shirt's stupid," and I'm like, "Well, yours makes you look like a flower,"
and you're like, "Don't say that."
"Don't say that," then you're in
Yeah.
the wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Do you think men have a lot thicker skin than women?
To a degree, but I
For
think
that?
with how the world's been lately, with how they treat men in general, I think like a lot of the masculinity has died a bit. There is still some of it out there, but I think most of the
Oh,
men,
you mean guys are getting softer?
yeah,
Yeah.
they're getting softer because I mean, there is one person I can think of in particular who like doesn't wear the pants in a relationship, and
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
and he the
actually don't
woman's
know
in
who you're
control
talking
and
about.
whatnot, and I can feel like it's a more dominant thing at that point where the woman's going to be making the decisions on everything and anything in that house or finances or whatever, and the man's not going to stick up for it even if he is the breadwinner.
That's because literally women wanted that. The women wanted that.
right, and I mean
The women
like,
wanted what?
to be the breadwinners,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and I mean
Be,
like,
And look
go
at how-
back to okay.
but look how happy they are.
They're not happy.
I know.
I mean, go back to Adam and Eve. It's the oldest story in the Bible.
which can we all
It's the
agree it
oldest
was
story
Eve's fault for
of
biting into the apple?
mankind.
Yeah, I blame Eve.
Hold on, I'm making a point.
Yeah.
Except I forgot what the point was.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you guys interrupted. He interrupted.
He interrupted. I had nothing to do with it.
Well, Eve, had the apple and then gives it to Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much it's like the same thing. They were the first ones that wanted charge, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And they still want that even in a relationship. they want to take charge.
Yeah, it's a tale
And
as old as
God's
time. It's
like,
like,
nah.
it's like, yeah, because Adam,
No.
basically Adam simped is what you could say.
Yeah.
Adam simp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because, and I think that like in that story, Eve represents like freedom from God, and then Adam represents the sin and fall of man. Because women have always wanted freedom, like they like liberation from like God,
Yeah.
and then liberation from God. What does that lead to? It leads to sin.
Yeah.
Because men don't have to allow feminist and feminism to be. We don't have to allow it, but we do. The majority of us allow it. Like women will say something, we'll be like, "Oh yeah, we agree," because we're scared that if we disagree with them, they're not going to like us.
Right. Or they're just going to like call us like a fascist or something like stupid, and they're going to shun men on everything. All men are the same at that point. That's probably just a man's thought, you know?
If they call us a
goes back
fascist,
to
it just
sex.
means how dumb they are. Yeah, exactly.
Guys actually just, they want that. So
Yeah, but but the reality is like if you actually stand up for yourself and disagree with them, that actually makes them more sexually attracted to you. Versus like just trying to agree with them all.
I mean, as long as it's not like on a hard issue. What? Or, I mean, you know what I mean. Like if it's not on like
to say something.
a really
This
I can see it
not-
out of the corner of my eye.
Stop. Like as long as it's not on like a huge issue, like hey, I'm moving or something. I don't know.
What do you mean moving?
Like you can argue like, hey, this I don't know, this rock is stupid or something like that. I don't know.
The examples
But-
we come up with on
Yeah.
this podcast.
Yeah, I'm saying like, okay, let's use the rock. If she comes in here and says like, I really think this rock is a work of art, and I'm just
And
like,
you're like it's stupid.
Yeah.
Right? That's a small thing you
Yeah.
disagree on.
yeah,
But if it's like something bigger, then no.
Like
you
abortion.
probably shouldn't. Yeah.
yeah.
For instance, like that.
Well, then you probably just shouldn't be with her.
Right.
If you disagree with her on,
I'm saying they won't be attracted to you if you're disagreeing with them in that bigger.
I disagree with you because I've actually been on dates
Really?
with women who
What they're
had
pro
Went on dates?
political
Dude.
disagreements with me, and they still were like into me.
But political,
Maybe-
that's still like small class, dude. That
doesn't
doesn't
Abortion
matter.
is not. You just said abortion was a big thing.
No, I'm not saying like abortion. Like she
I'm
like
scared.
has to go get abortion. Like she has to go get an abortion, and you're disagreeing with her on that end.
I mean, here's
Oh, that's a whole. I feel like that's
Yeah.
a whole other ballpark.
that is a whole
Yeah,
other
I'm not
ballpark.
saying.
Yeah.
like hard, really. Yeah, never mind.
Difficult
like, difficult
situations.
situations like
Yes.
that.
There are certain
where I think
things.
they will just not agree with you.
Yeah, there are certain things with abortion too. With that factor, I mentioned it a couple times where it's like I feel at one point it's a gray line because I can get why a woman would want an abortion, and the only reason would be like rape at that point because I wouldn't if I was a woman and I had that happen to me, I wouldn't want the kid of the rapist that did that to me. But if you're like some girl that like just you know what happens when a man and a woman get together, regardless of age at that point. Like if you're 18, past that age of consent, whatever, and you're like, well, I'm not ready to be a mom at that point. Like you knew what was going to happen when you decided to do the horizontal monster mash with that guy at that college party. All right. Like you knew what was going to happen. So you need to accept what your mistake was at that point. And so does the guy. I'm not saying that the woman needs to just be the only one to accept it. The guy is the one who also knows that it's his seed that produces that child.
Yeah.
So he needs to man up and then be an example.
That is so true. That I feel like men are not stepping up in those situations, and that's why women are saying I should just have an abortion because I know this guy
But
isn't going to do
before we segue
diddly
into this-
helping me at all. You know,
Yeah. I get
Before we segue into this, I will say that even in the situations of rape, abortion still doesn't take away the trauma of the situation.
No.
It doesn't.
And-
And they will still have that emotional tie to that child.
It
And
still will. When you look at
I
a
agree.
kid that if you were raped and you had that kid and it's like, and the kid's like 8 years old now and it has the face of the rapist at that point, like I'm not going to want to look at that all day. Like I understand he's a kid and he's innocent and
it's
all
only
this.
50% looking that way.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm just saying is like,
but
it's,
there's been a lot of cases where they do keep the baby and they're really happy that they did, and
Yeah.
the child is really happy that they were able to live.
yeah. And that's also good too. It's just for me personally, I wouldn't want to if I was in that case. If I was raped as a woman and I had I had to look at the offspring of the rapist that did that. And yeah, I'm still going to be traumatized regardless. But I'm like,
This video is not getting pushed on YouTube.
no, it is not.
Did we run out of recording power?
No, I'm just saying all the words we're using.
Yeah,
I was
like-
supposed to
yeah.
be censored.
Oh.
And I'm not censoring them though.
I wouldn't want it to be at that point for me to just look at the kid. And again, I know the kid is innocent at that point, but like I wouldn't be able to handle it because it would
But
just
you
be a
can raise
constant
that
PTSD
kid.
reminder.
That kid is a blank slate, though.
You understand though, like as you get older, you grow more into whoever the dominant genes are. Like for me, I'm gonna look more like my dad when I'm probably in my 50s.
But it's still like
If my dad did something stupid,
I was
go
thinking
visit
you were
my
thinking
mom.
like the behavior would be different.
No, I'm talking like just physical traits, just in general. Like, so if my dad, let's say, did something stupid to my mom, and then I grow up and I'm 50, she's like 80, and then she
How
has
do you
a
know
PTSD.
what they're gonna look like?
Because that's just how it is with more dominant genes and stuff like that. Like my brother has more of my
No,
mom's
but
genes
I'm
than my
saying
dad's.
if you got raped, like how'd you see that?
Well, the male genes are more, I feel, dominant.
What if you're like, man, I got raped by the best looking freaking guy in the.
It's still rape.
You know what I mean?
Ethan, that is a terrible argument.
I'm not even arguing. I'm just saying, how do you know like what it's even gonna look like?
I mean,
at all,
that
because
is
usually
true.
when somebody gets raped, they get drugged and they have no idea even who raped them.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the same time, though, you don't know until the kid's born. So there is a chance that that kid will look like the rapist. And then at that point, it's
But
like,
you
I'm
never saw
sorry.
the rapist.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know what he looks like because you didn't see him.
There are people that still do get raped without being drugged.
Yeah,
There's
true.
crimes
there's
of rape.
few. Yeah.
I wouldn't say few. I would say there's an equal amount of being drugged and
Really?
not drugged. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and then there's again like there's sex trafficking, there's even prostitution and all that other crap too that happens. And even though prostitution's not technically, whatever, however the world sees it, it's honest work to some people, but other times it's not. It's sex trafficking, which is bad.
Yeah.
But you know what's dumb?
I still say that. I mean, I think I've said this before. Is that one wrong doesn't equal another wrong?
No.
Yeah.
I think the
So-
dumbest thing too is just as a side note piece, as a fun fact, is like the only way that you can get away with like sex trafficking or like anything like that is if you have a camera in front of you, because then it's considered a porn. And I'm like, that's so dumb. And it's illegal then at that point because you're filming.
I listened to some podcast about this, and they started cracking down really hard on this stuff.
Yeah. I think it's dumb regardless.
like
OnlyFans?
Pornhub. No, Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Like it used to be like a lot of rape in there.
Yeah, but
because
you
they
have
didn't
the
have
camera.
to. They didn't have to ask for.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah,
Jeez.
and you didn't have to ask for consent, and they only flagged it after like 15 like downvote like posts like
Downloads,
reports 15 reports, and then they start cracking down on that a lot.
Yeah, because again, you can
I
literally
listened to
put
a
a camera
podcast
in
on it.
front of it, and it's that might just be a fantasy somebody has or some crap like that,
Right, but they started knocking that down really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's good.
So it's good. Yes.
Yeah.
We live in a better world.
To a
do.
degree.
To a degree.
To a degree.
It was a girl that I think she came on Joe Rogan like a couple months ago. No, Theo Von's. It was Theo Von's. That's what it was. Yep.
I'll have to check it out.
Anyways,
Yeah.
now what?
Well, I think that we conclude.
Yeah, I think we can conclude now.
Oh,
2 hours and 40 minutes.
that's good job, guys.
That's pretty long. So do we want to end it?
And yeah, do we have to
All right.
take?
We're
Do
good.
you think?
All right, everybody.
All right.
Haven't heard this in a minute.
I know. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We hope you enjoyed. If you haven't done it already, be sure to subscribe. And
See
if you're
you next
listening,
time.
see you next time.
Yeah.
This has been another installment of the Red Flannel Boys.
And one gray.
And one gray, but it's still the same. It's still the same people. You like how I just ended it?
I like to drink Arizona tea sometimes.
Bye, everybody. Love you. Have a blessed week.
I like to drink some